In just a minute, we begin our coverage of WWE Night of Champions review. Ladies and gentlemen, WWE Night of Champions has just concluded. And we're ready to break the entire thing down. The whole entire WWE Night of Champions pay-per-view, which ended in a shocker. I can't even believe that the WWE pulled the wool over our eyes with that last match, with that last, with the main event. As far as making it look like that there was going to be something screwy that happened when the referee got knocked down. And then nothing screwy happened. Nothing screwy happened. It was really bizarre. It was a smart idea, I think. They got me. You know what I mean? They really got me. Holy crap, WWE. You shocked the hell out of me. For once. For once in a great while. For once in a great while, you actually shocked the hell out of me with doing nothing. They basically did what I thought they were doing at SummerSlam, but the only thing was I was a little more excited about it. And where tonight it was just, it was strange. What's up with all this stuff that happened with Big Show, and they didn't want him to be champion, but now tonight it was okay that he becomes the champion? I mean, I don't get it. The whole thing was they didn't want Daniel Bryan to be champion, and now all of a sudden he's champion. And Triple H said no outside interference, and that's what we got. We all thought it meant that there was going to be some kind of interference, and then they even have the referees knocked over. And then that turns out to be meaningless. It was just to mess with us, just to screw with us. Referee's going to get knocked out, just to screw with us. I thought that was hilarious. No idea what that's up. No idea what's up with that. No, I freaking dare. Let's go right to the comments before we start breaking this down, breaking the pay-per-view down. Chris Tosevich going to join us in just a moment. I hope he's not dead. All of a sudden that pay-per-view ended and he disappeared on me. I was talking to him. But Is Tech Life says that was bad. Everybody said still 10 minutes left, still a few minutes left, something could be done still in this pay-per-view, and it didn't. Can we talk? This pay-per-view started off with a bang. The tag team title thing, the tag team turmoil shit, that stuff was awesome. That stuff was great, actually. It was phenomenal. I loved it. And the crowd was roaring. The crowd was going nuts. Everybody was really crazy. The funniest moment in the tag team turmoil match was when the Real Americans, by the way, who got a louder ovation than the Primetime Players. I love the Primetime Players, and I thought they were going to win. I picked them to win, but the Real Americans have been awesome, and they got a louder ovation than anybody. And the funniest thing was Jack Swagger running down to the arena with the cape over his head, like, the two of them running down. That part was hilarious. And Tosevich, you missed it.
I missed everything.
Everything in the beginning, at least. You missed the pre-show, right?
Yeah. The entire pre-show.
Why was that, anyway? You weren't watching?
I couldn't get home in time.
Well, that's epic fail number one for you, my friend.
Sorry. My life is full of unpredictable things like that. Being in Vegas, everything's really, really interesting.
Yeah, in Vegas, things are unpredictable.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm an asshole, and I had to work.
Right. So Daniel Bryan is the WWE champion
for now.
And he did it legitimately.
Kinda.
You know what? I gotta say, I know we're skipping to this part because it just happened, but this was one of the only ways they could go without making Daniel Bryan look weak. But it is bizarre. All this crap with the Big Show and Triple H and the corporate stuff, and so they didn't want him to win at SummerSlam, but it was okay now tonight.
Yeah.
What?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I was expecting this to happen at the very end of the pay-per-view. I'm surprised they actually ended it with Bryan walking away with the title, no strings attached. But I'm expecting Triple H to come out or Vince to come out tomorrow night and say that the referee had a concussion or something from being knocked outside the ring and was
he counted
unable to perform his duties.
Right.
And the fast count didn't count.
Right, because he counted so fast. He clearly counted 1, 2, 3 really fast. Yeah. So you're right.
And why would they have a ref bump happen? It was not a legitimate ref bump. It was, obviously it was a work,
It was planned, right?
Yeah.
Right, guys. It was planned. Something is up with that. We're going to be taking calls in a few minutes. I see all of you guys who are calling in right now who want to talk. I'm going to be taking calls in just 2 minutes. Just let me open up the phone lines and get everything rolling, and we'll take your calls tonight on WWE Night of Champions at 339-226-6610. Subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. What's up? Drinking heavily tonight after that horrible pay-per-view that we all just had to watch. I feel like somebody should pay me for just watching that. Have you ever had like a wad of cash in your pocket and you were just like, you know what? I've got $50 right here. I think I'm just gonna slowly and methodically just rip the fucking money up and then throw it in a trash can.
Dollar by dollar.
Dollar by dollar. Slowly ripping the money into nothingness. And then tossing it in the trash can. And but the difference is someone puts a gun to your head and says, go ahead and do it. Because that's what WWE did. They put the gun to our head, made us rip up our own money, and then throw it away in the trash. That's what we got tonight from Night of Champions. The damn thing started off with a bang, with the tag team fucking turmoil crap, which was awesome, by the way.
That part was free.
It was free! One of the best parts of the whole fucking night was free! What the fuck, WWE? Let's take a quick call. I got a time for a quick call. What's up, man? 863.
Well, first of all...
What? You got it. I know you got it. Don't worry. Don't hang up. No. All right. He hung up.
Well, what was first? We'll never know what was first now.
First of all, I'm going to hang up now. I'm sure he just got a little nervous. He had something he was going to say, and he was probably shocked that I put him on because I've been getting a ton of phone calls, and I decided to put him on first. Okay.
Maybe he thought voicemail was going to happen.
Right. He thought voicemail was coming up. So, guys, right now it's live. The number's live. No voicemail. Unless you can't get through, and then go ahead and leave your voicemail. And before we continue about this crappy pay-per-view and I start really going into it, let's take a look at the chat. It's so bad. Is Tech Life says it's the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen. Jesse J, what's up, Joe? Didn't spend $60 on the pay-per-view, so how was it, bro? Dude, it was garbage. Patrick Glenn said, what up, Joe? What up, Pat? Patrick, you probably like that better. I know I didn't want to... My son's middle name is Patrick. Dillis Jam says, fastest count ever, they screwed Orton. That's right, they did. Something happened, and like you said, I said to you something about a concussion, and that is, you're right, I didn't really get into that, but you picked it up right away. Tomorrow night, there'll be a controversy about the referees.
Mm-hmm.
They'll even maybe have a rematch on Raw, and he'll get screwed there. You knew he was going to lose tonight, though, because there was no damn way that they could have all those heels win, right?
Or a Night of Champions with 0 titles changing hands.
Right. All right, let's take another call. 410, what's up?
Oh, this motherfucker.
Right.
Oh, what happened?
Whoa, man, you're on. What's up?
What happened with Daniel Bryan at the end there? I'm a little confused.
What do you mean? What happened? Like,
what do you think happened?
He won the match. What did you think? Did you hit your head like the referee did?
No, like in your opinion. No, I didn't mean that insultingly. Like, what do you think happened? No, like literally, like what in your opinion?
I don't understand what they're doing. What are they setting this up for?
I think they're setting it up so that Daniel Bryan looks good for once because they've been burying him so much. He had to look good again, and he looked great.
But at the same time, add some illegitimacy to him having the belt.
Right, and at the same time, they can add some illegitimacy to him having the title, and they can do something tomorrow night on Raw and somehow get it back.
Are they going to have a rematch tomorrow night?
I think so. I think maybe tomorrow night could be the night where they have the rematch.
No.
Everything that happens for free was awesome, but everything that happened in the stuff you might have paid for was terrible.
I agree. The pay-per-view was pretty bad.
What would you give the pay-per-view on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd probably give it like a 4 or 5.
Right. I think that's maybe being generous. The last one was good.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, yeah. SummerSlam was sweet.
Yeah, man. SummerSlam was awesome. It was the best pay-per-view. This might have been the worst one.
Exactly. Exact opposite. But I love Daniel Bryan being the title holder. It's all about the yes.
Yeah, man, I'm glad Daniel Bryan is too. Thanks for the call, man. Stick around, listen, subscribe, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. I know you probably already did, but there you go. I plug myself, and then I hang up on people. That's what I do.
Pro.
So they started this thing off with a bang, and then they just freaking buried themselves. Right after that, they start the thing off with a great tag team match. I wish you were there. You would, of all people, would have enjoyed the look on Jack Swagger's face when he ran to the ring during their match with this big goofy smile. It was hilarious. Jaron is on board with us now. What's up, Jaron? YouTube.com/.
Well, hello, guys.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
It's good. I agree that this was a horrible pay-per-view. It was awful for me.
What would you give it from 1 to 10?
All right. Probably like that caller, a 4 or 5.
Wow.
That's being generous.
I actually wrote down a 3. The Daniel Bryan Orton match was good though, and it was a good, clean type of match. It seemed like.
I wouldn't even say it was a great match, to be honest.
It wasn't great.
Crazy, but
it wasn't
great.
It
was a 3-star match,
right?
At most.
I gave the pay-per-view a 3 myself. So, Deepak Sharma says, "Thank God, at least one championship changed tonight."
Yeah, exactly. I was saying before, like, I was thinking before, like, I was watching the pay-per-view. I was going, okay, this title. The titles that I thought were gonna change didn't change. Like, I thought maybe that the Shield was gonna lose their titles, and then Curtis Axel was gonna lose his title, and none of them happened. I was really shocked. I mean, I wanted to see, and I was disappointed, actually. I thought the Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton match was a good match, but I was kind of disappointed because, like you said, I thought, something screwy was going to happen, like with the Big Show or the Shield or something, but nothing happened. So that's why, I think I agree with you with the whole referee thing that's going to happen tomorrow on Raw.
It was clear they changed everything. Like, they changed things completely in the last minute.
Yeah, or they just kept it under wraps for so long that they didn't even tell the wrestlers until the last second. Like, maybe they knew it was going to happen, but they didn't tell anyone until it was time.
Guys, if you're viewing this on youtube.com/darkestdays11, I just want to let you know this is where we do our live events from, but my actual channel is youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. So go to youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show and subscribe. So there's the link right there. Win the DVD tonight, the Macho Man Randy Savage DVD. We got to 1,400 subs, as I wanted to get to, in a month, pretty much, and we did. So now I'm giving away the DVD. I got it right here with me. Call in at 339, not right now. In a little while, we're going to have you call in at 339-226-6610, and we're going to have some trivia questions, and whoever can get them right will be able to win the DVD as long as you're subscribed to the youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. So go there, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Click the subscribe button. There you go. Help us out. There you go. And here's the DVD. I got it right here. Very, very, very beautiful. Macho Man Randy Savage, the Ultimate Collection from WWE. It's pretty cool. So after that terrible pay-per-view, let's keep talking about this. So the tag team match was good. The turmoil thing was great. Even 3MB got a damn good spot. By the way, I thought 3MB won. Was I crazy at first? Why did it look like they won and then they didn't win? Was there a count or something that I missed? Maybe it was because I was streaming.
I missed the match, so I don't know.
What about you, Jaron? You saw that whole thing cleanly?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I think I do remember there being like a 3 count, but like there wasn't a 3 count because it was like an accident or something.
Okay, all right, that's what it was, and I thought it really was. 613, what's up, man?
Hey, what up?
What's up? Who is this?
My name is Donnie from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, man, what's up? We get a lot of New York. I like that. Where's New York tonight, by the way? New York hasn't called in. But what's up? What do you think of Night of Champions?
I actually didn't watch it because I didn't have money to pay for it. I didn't even know what I missed.
Well, you didn't miss anything. Put it that way. You missed. If you watched Raw and SmackDown the last few weeks, it was better than tonight.
Yeah.
So
what did I miss? What happened?
Well, we're gonna get into that actually in a second here. But you know what? You like the Macho Man?
Yeah, he's cool.
I got some trivia questions I'm going to be asking later. You can win the DVD. I'll send it to you. What do you think? You want to call back in a little while? We'll talk about that?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, man. So stick around. You can hear our show, so so stick around. We'll talk about everything that happened. That way you know about it, and then we'll give away the Macho Man DVD. I got questions for you. I'll tell you when to call.
Okay. Like I follow you on Twitter, right? I have the team what's that damn thing? Team_ Orton RKO.
Oh yeah, man. I know you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, dude. Call back in a little while. I'll give some. I'm gonna give some trivia out. Maybe you can win the DVD, and then we'll talk about what. Maybe you'll have reaction to what we talk about. But anyway, so let's move on to the pay-per-view.
Do we have to?
Yes, we have to. Unfortunately, move on to this travesty that was somehow $50. People were hot. People were hot for the Real Americans, and they didn't win. Primetime players won because that's what we've been building around. That's what we've been looking for.
That was our prediction, too.
That was our prediction, so it happened, so that's great. We were right. That's fine. But I noticed that the crowd was actually hotter for Real Americans than anything else. So, I mean, this is something that Chris has been...
Which, actually, that was my prediction, too.
Right. You've been talking about that for a long time, that the Real Americans are really getting over, and that the people are starting to kind of chant for the supposed heels right now.
Because Cesaro is God.
Right. Because Cesaro is awesome, and that's what it is. Even Jack Swagger looked good in this match, though. They made them look great. Everybody looked good. Every single tag team looked good. Even the dumb 3MB looked good in this match, and the people were into it. The people were freaking out, and then the pay-per-view starts, and then 30 minutes of Triple H talking about the pay-per-view. And then he made it a no DQ match. And what the fuck, WWE? All of a sudden is a no DQ match. Triple H is saying nobody can come down to the ring in the end of the end of the night. And then all of a sudden, Curtis Axel is going to defend his IC belt. But if you're a big fan of the IC belt like me, and you thought you'd order the pay-per-view, but then realized the belt wasn't even on the line, you decided not to, well, it didn't fucking matter then, because then they actually told you they were going to defend it while the pay-per-view was happening.
Me and Joe were actually mad because Renee Young in the pre-show was like, before they made the Curtis Axel match, all championships are being defended, and we were like, you stupid bitch.
Right.
But, yeah, and then I think WWE made a last-minute thing, like Triple H was like sitting back in his chair or whatever and going, all right, let's get ready for Night of Champions, and then it was like, oh, wait a minute, Curtis Axel still has to defend his Intercontinental Championship, and then they just threw out who, even Triple H said it himself, whoever he passes by in the back can come out, but oh god,
oh my god, like
it had the feel to it like as if Triple H would normally run up to Gorilla and talk to the people at the curtain before they go out, like, all right, listen, here's the last minute changes. You're gonna do this, You're gonna go over on him, and blah blah blah. But instead, he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just go to the ring and say it to the crowd instead.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like all night long. It was just bizarre and dead and flat, and like, what the hell did we just watch? Guys, I know you're calling in, but we gotta start breaking down something here, and I will take phone calls in a few minutes. I will start flipping out and telling you when we're gonna take phone calls, and you can all call in and we'll all talk about it. YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show. That's my channel. That's where you want to subscribe to us, and you tweet my Twitter at Joe Cronin Show. Before we continue, let's get to some of the comments. I want to get to every fucking comment in this thing because it was so terrible. Jesse J on that caller way back, the kid that called. He goes, that caller was like, fuck it. Thank God at least one championship changed hands from Deepak Sharma. Patrick Glenn, I can see Brian keeping the title and having a War Games match at Battleground. Yep, have the feeling, of course. Do you even lift, bro? Sandow didn't cash in? ? I don't think he's going to cash in for a long time.
That was actually, I actually thought he was going to cash in because because Rob Van Dam did that whole, what was it called? The Van
Terminator. Although Michael Cole might as well called it the fucking Van fuck your mother-inator.
He called it the Van Daminator, which is when you're supposed to throw the chair to someone, they catch it, and then you spin kick him in the face. Oh. But when you go across the ring, that's the Van Terminator.
Can we talk about the announcing was terrible tonight?
Oh my God, Michael Cole was like masturbating or something the whole time. He had no attention on the product at all.
On the eve of JR being let go, you had one of the worst announcing of ever. And
maybe they did it to send a message.
How about this? No. How about this, Vince McMahon? If you're going to fire fucking Jim Ross because for some reason, you got the Nature Boy Ric Flair drunk on a fucking video game panel of yours, and you're going to fire Jim Ross because he can't keep him in check and that's unprofessional, then you need to fire Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler tonight for jerking each other off under the table while most of the pay-per-view was happening. What the fuck were they doing during the Dolph Ziggler-Dean Ambrose match? I mean, were they sleep fucking each other? It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Terrible. There was like 5 moves that would happen, and then all of a sudden, and there goes... it's exactly what it's like when I'm doing this, but I have to read comments, read emails and stuff, and I'm not quite into the live broadcast. And I see it later, and I'm like, fuck me, that's terrible. That's what this was like, but they were on a fucking pay-per-view that they charged people $44 for, or whatever it was. You give out the Rick video. I don't know what that means, Blake Rodriguez. Maybe he's talking about the video from 2K Sports. You can look it up online, but you know what? I'll link to it at some point.
We should make ours a video response to it, see if they accept it.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I actually, Champ2919 said, I actually liked seeing Ryback come out and help Heyman simply because it was totally unexpected. I didn't mind that part either. And did somebody call that in our predictions? Did you predict that, Chris?
Somebody said something similar to it, but no, I don't think I called it was going to be Ryback.
Somebody mentioned Ryback, and I didn't mind it happening. I thought it made sense, actually.
I think I mentioned he was going to do something to do with that match, but I forget exactly what I said.
Right.
Oh, to lead up to him versus Brock Lesnar, possibly. I think I made that prediction.
Mr. Cortez PS330. I wasted my bandwidth on this crap. I couldn't even enjoy D. Bryan. Oh, man, that was funny. And talk about a waste, too, huh? Daniel Bryan, all this build-up and the win and everything else, and then he wins kind of like, It wasn't that... It was just as surprising as when he won at SummerSlam, but except the finisher knee to the head was awesome, and this one was the worst one yet, and that's Randy's fault, I think, but... Maybe Daniel Bryan didn't get up high enough. The bear botches. Jesse J.
I have an interesting question for you.
Right.
How would you have reacted if you were there live? Would you be saying, what the fuck? Or would you just be cheering and yesing like the rest of the crowd seemed to be tonight when Daniel Bryan won?
Well, yeah, I think I would be because thank God something I'm kind of getting into. But then the pay-per-view ended. But
at home, I wasn't cheering. I wasn't like, finally. I was like, what's going to happen now? How is this going to go wrong?
Yeah.
You know?
They actually made me not care that much about it.
Yeah, I was suspending my excitement because they screwed us over last time.
Yeah.
So the emotion didn't come through this time because I didn't believe it.
Right.
Because of the fast count.
Deepak Sharma, what are your views on Ryback coming out and destroying Punk? Well, I just told you, I think. So I think I liked it. So
they were chanting Goldberg while he was beating up CM Punk.
It was funny. Yep. And I expected that. They hate him.
Actually, during the match as well, they were chanting boring. Did you guys hear that?
That was Walrus.
No, that was
Walrus. I thought it was boring too.
And in
Walrus,
fact, yeah, the other thing too is we actually thought they were chanting boring 3 weeks ago on Raw. They were chanting Walrus that night too.
Yeah.
We were completely wrong. We were calling out the city saying, what are they doing chanting boring and stuff?
Well, actually, that crowd did still suck, but...
They did, but they weren't chanting boring.
Right. We can give them that.
All right, let's see. So, anyway, the tag team turmoil match started. Everything seemed like it was doing well. Sounded like it was gonna be a good night. Then Triple H came out and made us all fall asleep for the most part.
Yeah.
It was like 30 minutes of... Felt like it was Raw. I thought Raw was happening.
SmackDown even. I'm surprised Teddy Long didn't come out and call a tag team match.
Yeah, and then when Kofi Kingston and then Axel, we've been dying for the IC belt to be defended, and we got it, but we got this 30 minutes before it that just killed the whole thing. And then the match was just blah. It was okay. It was a good, okay match. It would have been a good, okay mid-card Raw match. But instead it led the pay-per-view off and stalled everything. The first hour killed everything, all the momentum of the pre-show. The pre-show did its job. It got everybody into it. People were freaking out. It was freaking awesome.
You know what? This card might have possibly worked if they kept the momentum somehow. If they just used all of the same things that happened tonight and either put them closer together or put them in a different order, or at least just to carry the momentum through the card. But instead, it was just like quick starts and then long stops and then quick starts and then long stops. It just, I couldn't get into it at any point in time. It just didn't flow at all.
Right, it didn't. It didn't make any sense. It was a sleeper. Moving on to the next thing. So the IC belt, Kofi Kingston, good match, but crowd was okay, and they kind of killed the crowd. If you watched this pay-per-view and missed the pre-show, you would think the crowd was terrible, but the crowd was actually losing their minds during the pre-show. Well, okay, but let's move to a positive. Here comes a positive out of the night. I thought that was one of the better Divas matches in a long time in WWE. I mean, for the most part.
Agree.
Naomi almost killed herself.
Couple times.
Yeah.
It wasn't... Somebody said, oh, there's your Slammiversary match or whatever. No. It wasn't as good as Gail Kim at Slammiversary. Nowhere near. That may have been the match, one of the biggest women's matches of all time. And if you missed it, then you need to go watch it, because Gail Kim, and I forget the girl she was even facing now. Do you remember, Jaron, what the name of the... Maybe you don't.
I don't. I'll look it up right now if you want me to.
Yeah, look it up if you can find it. That'd be good to know. It was at Slammiversary, and it was great. It was one of the best women's matches of all time. And unfortunately, it ended right as the crowd was just like drooling and chanting and flipping out. And then it kind of ended, and it was like, oh, wow, I didn't expect it to end there.
I love when matches end
there's
like that.
There's a lot of them. Brooke Tessmacher.
It's not Brooke Tessmacher. It's
and
begins with a K.
Taryn.
No.
Hold on. Which year was it? This year?
This year, yeah, 2013.
Okay.
It was definitely one of the best women's matches of all time, ever.
It says Taryn Terrell. That's what it says.
Really? Maybe it was Taryn. It was Taryn Terrell. Okay. My bad. I don't know. I just don't remember the other girl's name at all, because I wasn't following TNA at the time that much. I thought it was a K, though. For some reason, I thought it began with a K. But the match was good anyway. The Divas match was great. Natalia putting the double sharpshooter on, that was kind of cool.
Except
the
I'm
referee
glad
not
the
counting.
Commentary called it out, but everyone at home, I guarantee, was just like us shouting, "She's pinning her! What the fuck?"
Yeah, she's on top of her.
I even said
he thought it was a botch.
I thought it was a botch, and Joe told me it was just stupidness, but I thought they just messed up.
It was the Divas not knowing how things worked, the ref trying to play it off like it wasn't happening, and the commentary blowing up the spot by echoing the voices of the viewers at home, being like, what the hell is going on, you idiot?
You had 3 different things going wrong at once. It was really funny, actually.
Every time Natalia's in the ring, something goes wrong.
But the sharpshooter made up for it. I didn't give a shit anymore about that little botch once I saw how cool the sharpshooter looked.
All right, guys, I'm going to open the phone lines again. We're not doing the DVD yet, but I am going to open the phone lines again. So if you want to call in, get your thoughts on tonight, we'll do it, because I know you guys are answering for it. Follow me on Twitter at Joe Cronin Show. I was giving, so the Divas match was pretty decent. Loved the way AJ ended. Loved the submission with the other all three girls there. AJ looks strong. Mm-hmm. I think I talked about Brie Bella and whatever. But in the end, I picked AJ to win in the predictions, and you did too. And it was because, who's going to be a bigger heel than her? Who's going to be a bigger face than her? Who's going to be a better wrestler than her? And the answer was nobody in there. Mm-hmm. So she retains the title. And so that was a great match. I love the Divas match. This is like opposites night, right? Everything was terrible, but the Divas match and the pre-show tag team turmoil.
Actually, the pre-show has been consistently good on almost every pay-per-view thus far.
Yeah, because every match on it should have been on the actual show.
Yeah.
All right, 646. I'm going to add you, and 863 as well. We'll add everybody so we don't drop anybody. Let's go 646. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Joe? How's it going?
It's going good, man. A little bit. I'm just glad I didn't pay for that pay-per-view. It would be going really bad right now.
Yeah, man, I feel you. How about that ref, man? It was Jams, by the way.
Oh, what's up, man?
Yeah. So how about that ref, man? It's the same ref that Screw Taker at, I think it was SummerSlam versus that CM Punk match. It was the same ref that Screw Taker. And I don't know why they use that ref, man. And especially, did you remember when they switched refs and all that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Total bullshit, man. I was like, I hate, oh my God, these pay-per-views nowadays.
I didn't
not
have
worth the money.
That part didn't. That was like the least of the problems to me. of the night. You know what I mean? Like,
that was at least interesting. It got me talking about it. It got me, got me off my seat a little bit. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
270, what's up? You're on. What did you think about the pay-per-view tonight? Hey, 270, you're on, man. He's probably listening to us on the delay. You gotta turn your radio down.
Is it me?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, how's it going?
All right. I'm doing all right. I'm drinking, just having some beer, Scott Farrell
Like I
style.
said, I was actually one of the suckers that paid for the pay-per-view tonight. So
I'm sorry.
$44.95, so yeah, pre-show.
You'll probably get your refund soon.
That's what I'm saying. And actually, I watched it over Xbox Live, and the stream messed up 2 or 3 times too. But overall, I'm kind of with y'all. I thought it was a really damn pay-per-view. I did enjoy a lot of the CM Punk and Paul Heyman stuff. I especially enjoyed the pre-show brawl, and I even thought that the Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan match was a decent match, but overall, I just really felt like they didn't really put much effort into this, and especially with the end, everybody was kind of on the edge of their seat waiting for something to happen, and then the pay-per-view just goes off the air. The title change did not really feel that significant at all for me.
You're right.
You're right. That is a big problem with the match tonight. What would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm probably about a 4 to 5. I mean, the whole thing wasn't a downer, but a lot of it just felt thrown together. And like somebody else said, there wasn't a lot of momentum throughout the show. It was really just kind of a down thing throughout the show. And then they had their high points, but then a lot of it just kind of felt like it just seemed to drag on too.
Yeah, I agree.
The whole night looked like it was booked by a little kid playing with action figures.
It was a bizarre booking. Hey, thanks for the call, man, and stick around, and we're going to give away the Macho Man DVD soon, so hang up for that. Maybe you can call back. And I hung up on him. Sorry, I didn't give you the last word, but Jaron, what do you got, man? You got anything else? You got something? You got to be something itching to say,
I saw a kid at the end of Night of Champions where Daniel Bryan was saying yes to that almost had a fucking orgasm right next to him.
Oh, yeah. That was cool. Yeah, it was great. It was a little Bret Hart moment. Too bad I couldn't save the pay-per-view and you paid $40 for. Glad that kid got his money worth, though. That kid may have been the only one in the whole entire arena that got his money's worth tonight because Daniel Bryan yesed with him, right? Because that was the only thing that could happen where you could say, "Wow, that pay-per-view was cool." Everything else was garbage. As we continue to take phone calls here on YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show. 863, what's up?
Hey, I just want to say the whole pay-per-view was just sloppy. I mean, the commentary was just terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Everything just about the pay-per-view was terrible. Even Daniel Bryan's match. I mean, the only good thing was the pre-show about it, which you have to admit it wasn't that fantastic. It was decent. It was better than the whole show, but it wasn't all that.
It wasn't all that, but it was all right, and the crowd was into it. It did what it was supposed to do. It was just that good starting point. But everything else failed after that, for the most part.
What did you think of the Divas match?
It was actually good. It just ended very shortly. I mean, just Natalya putting the double sharpshooter on was quite amazing, and that was one of the better moments in the matches, at least.
Yeah.
And then when they screwed Randy Orton, I mean, I'm not. Randy Orton, in my opinion, is not a great wrestler. He's just like John Cena. I mean, they supposedly are great wrestlers when they're just steroid-using, dirtbags, basically.
I like this guy because
he sounds like us.
Yeah, I'm not a big Randy Orton guy. I never have been. That's why I like him as a heel, because at least he's somewhat interesting, because I've never said, damn, that Randy Orton match was good.
He's right, though. Randy Orton is basically the Spider-Man 2 Venom version of Peter Parker when Peter Parker is John Cena,
Yeah.
Randy Orton's John Cena Bad Boy edition.
John Cena, hacky, it's Super Cena.
What would you give the pay-per-view on a scale of 1 to 10?
Maybe a 1 at least, just by the pre-show. I mean, that's basically it.
Yeah, and technically...
That's our first 1. We should have a tuba sound effect for when someone gives a 1.
Oh, give me a hell yeah if you thought that pay-per-view was a big pile of crap. My name is Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you think this pay-per-view sucked ass, give me a hell yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Apparently, they think... But it's like, they're never going to go back to Attitude Era. They're just going to say this, oh yeah, I'm going to censor every curse word you say, man. It's like, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, man.
You're a really jaded fan, aren't you?
Yeah, but you know what? You're surprisingly jaded for how young you. How old are you? 10? 12?
No, I'm 11.
12.
Apparently.
Okay. I was going to say 12. All right. So you're
My
pretty...
IQ is 12.
But you're pretty jaded for that young, you know what I mean? Like, we're jaded now. And I think that's why I started doing these things and these shows, because I'm so jaded that I'd rather... The only thing to keep me interested is to talk about how crappy they did in trying to recreate stuff they did 50 years ago anyway.
But, well, apparently for the CM Punk match, that was very sloppy, just the way that, like, Ryback just comes out of nowhere and then just rescues what's his name?
Paul Heyman, yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. Well, I know what you're saying, but hey, man, thanks for the call, and call back later. Maybe you win the Macho Man. Oh, yeah, DVD. So I'm going to call him, I love that guy. Good call, by the way, buddy. That was interesting. Interesting to talk to an 11-year-old who was smarter than some of the 15-year-olds that call. And 18-year-olds. Maybe smarter than me. You know, this kid will probably go to be an accountant somewhere, and I'll still be here. I'm going to call him Balls Haven't Dropped Yet. That's his name. Anyways, 842, you're on. What's up? Or 845, rather. Yellow. Oh, we lost him. Okay. So, no, I thought I didn't really have a problem with the Ryback spot. It's funny, all the things that I thought I would have a problem with tonight, I didn't have any kind of problem with. But all the, nothing went the right way. I just feel like this was one of the biggest clusterfucks I've ever seen in a long time in wrestling. 407, you're on with us on the youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. What's up?
What's going on, Joe?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, quick question. Wanted to know, since it's a short week coming up, how you felt about the whole corporate what's best for business thing resolving.
You're right. I don't know. What do you think's going to happen? I mean, the thing, it's almost looking like Triple H is kind of backing off a little bit. And tomorrow night on Raw, I mean, you could start to get right into how there was a controversy. Because this allows now Triple H to say, hey, I'm playing partial, I'm fair, you prove me wrong, or that type of thing. But be that as it may, there was, this referee did a fast count. But I don't understand why they did that, why they moved away from it. Is it just going to be for this pay-per-view where all of a sudden they moved away from it? Or are they're gonna go hard on it again on Monday Night Raw? Or are they going to try to squeam? It almost seems like they're trying to squeeze their way out of it now and stop it.
Right. And my question is, are they going to drag this shit out until WrestleMania, until one of the next big pay-per-views, or are they going to resolve this shit sooner?
Yeah, I think that at some point you're going to see Daniel Bryan lose the title to somebody, Randy Orton or whatever, whoever the next ass bag is, so that this allows him to go on kind of a run with the title, look really good, and be put on the map fully before he gets ready to maybe win the Royal Rumble.
Right, and let it be known that Randy Orton is an ass bag, and big ups to my man Kev out there in Massachusetts. You're from Massachusetts, am I wrong?
Right, yeah, I am. I'm in Boston, yep.
Sweet, man, sweet. Yeah, no, I mean, that was my question. Also, man, how come you aren't sipping on like a real beverage? Is Mike's paying you?
Dude, Mike's Lemonade, like, I was drinking this Budweiser earlier, and what happened was this was my last beer of the night. And I was getting ready to do the show, and I'm watching the Daniel Bryan match, I'm watching everything, and all of a sudden, right here on this microphone stand, I am, like, fucking afraid of spiders. And all of a sudden, a spider just popped up out of nowhere. I was like, oh, shit! Wow. And I was like, I'm freaking out. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I grabbed a bottle of Windex, and I started spraying the shit out of it. And then I realized that I continuously sprayed Windex into the beer that was sitting right here in front of it. And,
wow, I hope all of your listeners really actually just heard that story.
I hope so.
Yeah. You're drinking a Mike's Hard Lemonade because you're afraid of spiders.
When
shoot yourself.
So when you're afraid of spiders, and then you're drinking beer and you spray Windex into a beer and you can't drink beer anymore because now it has Windex in it, then you go for the only beverage that can make your dick turn into a vagina, and that is, of course, Mike's Hard Lemonade.
And you have done that, sir. But hey, you know what? Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for calling. Thanks. That was cool.
Hey,
I love it.
Have a good one.
What up? Massachusetts in the house.
He's got a point, though. How long are they going to drag this out? I would predict that we have 2 more pay-per-views before Survivor Series.
Right.
If they don't kill this off at Survivor Series, it will go to WrestleMania. That's my prediction.
Right. They're going to drag it out a lot because there's so much stuff. We talked about it the other day. Well, I mean, guys, anybody getting excited for Battlegrounds?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it's going to be.
I don't know what it would be, but I would pretty much predict that it's going to be terrible. And then after Battlegrounds, guys, get ready because TLC is going to happen. But who cares? Because if anybody bleeds, they're going to fucking glue their heads up anyway. So, like, what the hell's the point in having some kind of hardcore theme pay-per-view when nothing's really that hardcore?
I was actually at the TLC last year, this past one in December with the whole John Cena and Dolph Ziggler thing. I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, why are you hating on TLC?
That wasn't that bad. It's the PG thing. I don't care. I'm not going to buy the pay-per-view because it says TLC.
Extreme Rules, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. That was insane. That was
that was good. You're right. That was really a good match.
They can do violence every now and then, you
know. Dave Skimming, he's got a big paragraph here on the comment section. So I want to read what he has to say. Guys, and if you're watching this right now on YouTube.com, click the like button. Do me a favor. There's like 40 people. You know, hundreds of people have been in here. Everybody, click the like button if you like it. If you don't like it, send me a picture of yourself naked on @JoeCroninShow on Twitter. Just not the 11-year-old.
Keep in mind, I was going to say, we have 11-year-old fans.
Only if you're over 18 can you send me those. Dave Skimming, baffled by tonight. Brian winning the title made no more sense with a botch interference, but clean. RVD hitting a Van Daminator and Sandow not capitalizing. It's a Van Terminator, by the way, guys. Just because Michael Cole said it wrong doesn't mean we all have to be assholes, too. Ryback as Heyman guy makes me emotional. How will that work when Lesnar returns? Surely a Barrett, Kofi, Riley, McIntyre would have gained more out of it. Lastly, the polls. You kidding me? Yeah, this is something we haven't gotten to. What the fuck with the polls? No Demolition Tag Team. Sting in the U.S. title bracket. No Bret Hart or HBK WWE title. Big mess. It was stupid. It was meaningless almost. And
he's right. The polls were the results and like the what's the word I'm looking for? The nominees were kind of ridiculous who they left out. And on top of it all, did they really need that much padding to where they had to do these stupid polls and waste that much time?
Yeah, all night long. It was just another stupid poll after another. It was like, what the hell is this? This whole WWE just reeked of, give me your money, and like, here's some more.
It was like American Idol. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
I liked how Sting and Hulk Hogan, two TNA people now, got voted the best WWE champion in history.
Yeah. Well, no, nothing can top Booker T being the greatest world champion of all time. Over Ric Flair.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Over Ric Flair, and not even just a little bit. You know what I think it was? I think it was people being like, fuck you. I mean, that's what I took it as people just being like, fuck you, Booker T. You know what I mean? Like, but not in an asshole way, because they could have picked, I don't remember who else was on that list, to be honest. But they could have picked somebody who you really thought wouldn't have made it. But they were like,
Edge was on the list, I think, wasn't he?
Okay, so, but he could have won it just because he's the newest. Who else was on it? I mean, I don't know. Harley Race maybe was on it.
But Edge has the record for holding it the most times.
Yeah, it makes some sense, I guess, but
at least he should have been. I mean, I think that it should have been Ric Flair, then Edge, then maybe Booker T.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. I could take that. But I mean, when I saw maybe people were just mad at Ric Flair because he got Jim Ross fired.
But he didn't.
But yeah, but that's what everybody thinks now, because everybody keeps talking about it. I don't know. Maybe not.
Can I talk about? I'm sorry. Can I talk about the WWE Championship picture for a second? I can see the biggest flip flopper in WWE history, Big Show, turning heel again, turning on Daniel Bryan and facing him at Battleground for the WWE Championship.
Yeah, wait a minute. Where the fuck was Big Show tonight?
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's like they were
Did I miss something? Like, did he get banned from ringside, or did he get suspended or something on SmackDown?
No. He only got suspended for that night on SmackDown. That was it.
Right.
Yeah.
So why didn't he even?
Well, that's my point. Is like, what was all this for? what was all this? You can't be the champion, and it's best for business, and all this crap.
It's almost like they took like a bucket full of different ideas, put them into a big hat, and mixed it around, and just pulled them out one by one for the night.
Well, that way they could be like, whatever we go with, we can go. Now we can go with Big Show does this. We can go with Cody Rhodes does that. We can go with fucking, Triple H does this. The referees.
What would be interesting? This is a conspiracy theory. I'm going to come right out and admit that first.
Okay.
But that guy Dolphins, who's been predicting, or not predicting, but leaking the results of every single pay-per-view.
It reeks of that. Them like trying to fuck with that guy.
Yeah, because his whole motto was, I'm doing this because I need to show them that they need to keep it under wraps and they need to write better and they need to, do this and that. Maybe this is their way of saying, oh, you want it to be unpredictable? You want it to be like, under tight wraps? You want it to be that fucking ridiculous?
Right.
This is what it's going to look like, asshole. This is what you asked for,
Just drank out of the Budweiser can because it was there and forgot about the Windex. Fuck me. Raptor Records. I predicted the Ryback being Paul Heyman guy. How funny is that Sting on Hogan thing? Gotta mention. Hashtag TNA. Shocked there was only 10 likes. Exactly. Now there's 19 because you guys went and liked the video. If you're watching this video now, like it. If you want to call us now. 339-226-6610. Taking your voice calls, your voicemails, your texts, your tweets all night long. Giving away a Macho Man DVD soon because we got to 1,400 subscribers. If you want to subscribe to this, you like this show, and you want to subscribe, go to youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show and subscribe. So when you subscribe, then you get a chance to win the Macho Man DVD, and you got to call, and you got to win. I got some trivia questions I'm going to ask you. youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Go there and subscribe and click the like button. All right, moving on to let's break down this travesty. So the RVD Del Rio match I thought was at the time the match of the night until it ended in just stupidness. I mean, I guess that's a good way to get out of it since I picked RVD to not win. I picked Del Rio to keep the title. I guess I just didn't think that RVD was technically going to get the win and not the title.
Have you ever seen a match that ended in a DQ that made you happy that it ended that way?
I like when insignificant matches do that, or every once in a while when they do it, it makes sense. This was just not a pay-per-view to do it.
I've never been... go on.
I think they did that for the whole, to just, lead up to the whole Rey Mysterio coming back thing, because, they obviously didn't want Rob Van Dam becoming the champion. They wanted the whole Rey Mysterio. Yeah.
Right, that's why I didn't pick him. That's why I picked Alberto, because I said, hey, Rey Mysterio still has to come back. But
yeah, go ahead.
I thought maybe he was actually going to come out tonight. Like I thought Alberto was going to beat on RVD and whatever, and then maybe Mysterio came back tonight and shocked everyone. I thought it would have been a good moment, but instead of doing that, they did the Van Terminator,
which was cool.
I could have sworn that was Shane McMahon's thing.
Shane McMahon stole it from RVD.
He stole it from RVD.
And Shane McMahon had to use the trash can because he couldn't make it all the way to the chair.
Yeah.
Then I think he eventually did it with the chair just to prove people wrong. But point is, RVD invented it, and then afterwards when they interviewed him saying, hey, now that Shane McMahon has stolen the Van Terminator, which you claim to be the only person to do, what are you going to do now? He said, well, I'm just going to invent something that he can't do.
Right, exactly. Jesse J, Joe Cronin for WWE President. Hey, I endorse myself. I could be WWE President because I'd go into the back and I would whoop the hell out of the writers. I'd whoop them into shape. One bad storyline, and you get a smack in the ass with a cookie sheet pan and a red ass. And then I'd start to scrape a knife across your ass until it bleeds and pour salt on your anus. Until you started writing something that was worth a damn. How about that? And then you got to go to Vince McMahon and pop that little bubble that he's in all the time. Because right now it's not working, and it's terrible.
I got mad at a lot of things tonight. I was mad because people were expecting... I mean, I know WWE want to do the whole, unpredictable thing, but they did it in such a boring way that people would have been more satisfied if this stuff actually happened. Like, I wanted to see Ricardo Rodriguez turn on Rob Van Dam or something.
Right.
I mean, yeah, something like that. And then I think the pay-per-view would have been better if Triple H didn't pull that whole no interference thing out of his ass out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I wanted the Big Show or even the Shield. I would have been happy if the Shield came in and for even if Daniel Bryan wins the WWE Championship, which he did, I think it would have been more entertaining if something happened with like the Big Show knocking Triple H out or something, or doing something with the Big Show or the Shield. But they didn't do anything. It was just a stupid tease with the referee getting knocked out and a stupid fast count, which obviously is going to be talked about on Raw. And it seemed like before that Triple H was going to be passed off as like the good guy now, because he kind of made fun of Paul Heyman a little bit before the actual stuff started, and I don't know whatchamacallit, he made a no disqualification match. He brought back the whole DX thing. He was like, "Oh, you
what the hell happened?" Right, you're getting me fired up now. What the hell was that about? What the fucking Christ? Like. And
as he was saying it, I almost didn't remember. I was like, wait a minute, this sounds familiar. Like, almost like, that's how baffling it was that he was doing it, until I realized, oh yeah, duh, it's the fucking DX thing.
What in the world were they doing tonight? And then when he did that, and then it was like, all right, well, now they're trying to make it seem like Triple H is some nice guy, but at the end, something's bad's going to happen. And then nothing did. Daniel Bryan just won. And it was, why? Why all this stuff for no reason? And what's Triple H now? Is he going to be is he this just normal CEO guy now? Because that's what he was acting like tonight. He was acting like a completely different character. He went from suck it and I'm DX and all this stuff to I'm best for business to back to are you ready? And that was it. That's
what's so baffling about this whole thing, now that you mention all of these things?
Right.
The fact that all of your predictions, pretty much for the most part, were correct, yet you're still walking away confused as fuck.
Right. Well, you know what it was like is they were like, here's my only compliment I can give WWE about this pay-per-view, and then compare it with SummerSlam, is that in both cases I was completely confused. I was completely surprised. Like, they did everything, like you said, for the most part, the way we expected, but in a bizarre way that made it unenjoyable. Because I was like, what is happening?
That's a great way to put it.
What is this? Like, you're confusing us. Lords of Pain, by the way, has crashed. Their freaking website is crashed. I've been on it, like, looking at comments and stuff like that while we've been talking. The website is freaking down right now.
I could see the guy who runs it being like, fuck it, I give up, and then just throwing his server out the window.
Right.
Speaking of which, Joe, which website did you think was better tonight for the pay-per-view?
They were all the same, to be honest. Every time I asked somebody, where do you go? I actually
don't say any of them because I want them to stay alive.
Right. They were all very similar, and it was the same thing everywhere. But I did go to the one you watched. I watched the same feed you did. Yeah. Dave Skimming. By the way, I thought Triple H said he would only bring people up to the main roster if they were legitimate plans. Someone tell me, as intriguing as the Wyatts are, what is the point if they're not going to keep on top of their storyline? I think, like you said, it's just unfortunate timing for the Wyatts to debut with all this stuff. Although, with the way the pay-per-view tonight went, how about Miz and Fandango? Like, what was that about? No, that was unadvertised, right?
It was.
We didn't know that was happening.
Nope.
Out of nowhere, Miz and Fandango, they've been feuding they were feuding like they were supposed to have a match. Just like Kofi Kingston and Axel were feuding like they were supposed to have a match. And
I bet what happened was, because it was so either fly off the handle last minute or whatever, however the writing worked tonight, right. I bet they didn't want to advertise it in case they didn't have room for it. And then as they were playing it by ear, they were like, all right, we got time, throw it in.
Yeah.
But it made sense because they at least had a feud going. Which is almost a smart idea to keep a feud in your back pocket like that.
Right. By the way, we're whooping the Courier's ass tonight. I just want to say that.
Nice.
Maybe he likes the pay-per-view.
Right. Maybe he's telling everybody likes it. Let's take a call real quick. I've been ignoring everybody. 407, what's up?
Yo, what's up?
Dude, I'm just drinking some girly drink and talking about a terrible pay-per-view, and I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Getting fired up about crap. What did you think about this stuff tonight?
Actually, it wasn't so bad. I kind of enjoyed it. My favorite match of the night was, for some reason, the RVD versus Del Rio, even though I really don't like Del Rio.
Yeah, I thought so too. What did I have? I got it written down right here. I had I had tag team believe it or not, my favorite thing that happened tonight, the entire night, my favorite thing that happened was the tag team turmoil pre-show match.
See,
I didn't get to watch it.
All right, well, that was my favorite thing that happened. The next thing was Divas. I had Divas match But I think I would have switched that with Alberto and RVD. Yeah, his name is DVD now, so you know. Disc Van Dickhead.
He said it so much tonight.
Right, he did. He was weird tonight, actually, but that match was great. So I had Tag Team Turmoil, then Divas match, then Alberto RVD, then CM Punk Heyman, then Ambrose Ziggler, then Axel versus Kofi, and then Miz Fandango. And I had Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton somewhere at the top too, right below Alberto and RVD.
Ambrose Ziggler was actually pretty good.
It was okay.
Yeah, I'd reversed that whole order pretty much. Like the Divas botched so much tonight.
Yeah, maybe it's because the stream I didn't notice the botching so much and it didn't bother me.
No, I think it was because some of the botches looked so violent we actually liked it. Like when they pulled Naomi down and she scraped her entire body across the ring apron on her way down.
You know what it was? Is it entertained me even though it was garbage.
Right.
If you're like, this is how to do a wrestling match without getting hurt, or without...
I wouldn't say garbage. It wasn't garbage.
Well, AJ entertained me.
She entertains everybody. Hello, ladies. That was terrible, Val Venus.
Fandango.
Fandango. Any minute now, I expect him to like take out his pants and start whacking off in front of everybody. Fandinghole. I like what did Jericho call him that? Like right, like fan dickhole or fan.
He called him like
berries.
everything.
I'm starting to miss Jericho.
I know, right? But even when he comes back, he's gonna half-ass it anyway. So who cares? How
many times is Chris Jericho gonna leave and come back?
Ask Fozzy.
Yeah, it depends on the schedule and Fozzy and whatever. So he's
just... Hey, give him credit. He's juggling.
He's
juggling 2 careers, which is pretty cool, and he's doing an okay job at both. You know.
Yeah, I don't mind it, but and whenever he comes back, it's awesome. Like the first 2 times he came back was brilliant, and then he did the whole comeback in silence thing that he was. You find out that was unbelievable when he flipped from like he's back to like wait, he's a heel.
The way he did that without saying a word is going to go down in history as one of the most clever things in all of professional wrestling.
He would point to all the audience, and he would just keep pointing around and around until everyone just kept screaming and pretty much realized they were all making a fool of themselves.
Right.
Yeah. It was almost, I mean, I think he likes and respects Daniel Bryan so much because Daniel Bryan did a very similar thing with the yes chants, where at first everyone was like, yes, the underdog, he's going to win. And then like the underdog won and his yeses made sense. But then he won the next match and he did the yes thing. And everyone was like, okay, well, he's still excited. And then he'd win like a match that he was obviously going to win against like a jobber. And he'd do the same thing. And you're like, all right, shut the fuck up. We get it. You win.
Another thing that pissed me off tonight was when RVD, gets the win via disqualification, and then after Alberto Del Rio disqualifies himself and she basically does something against the rules or against sportsmanship, he then gets his music played and then announced as still the world champion. Announced as still the world champion I could deal with, but then they
or
played
just his music like they do sometimes when whoever gets the upper hand, their music plays.
Why did they play his music? Like he got disqualified. It was so stupid. It just made me think, oh yeah, this isn't real. Because why would they do that? Sweets Nelson.
Go ahead.
Oh, he just said, how long do you think it will be till Jim Ross is back when they launch the network? I think he could be back sooner if people started chanting and flipping out on Raws. So that's why I'm hoping for that.
Vince McMahon's going to poison him, and then we're going to see our Jim Ross tribute Raw in like 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, everybody's... he's going to poison his barbecue sauce. But,
get him thrown in jail for poisoning.
Now, all you guys going to come down and get JR's new barbecue flavor. It's called Vince McMahon Sucks.
What a slobberknocker.
We got over here, we got Slobberknocker, and we got Vince McMahon Sucks. Which one do you want?
You have a good JR impression.
Which one do you want? All right, this is a Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast. We got Jim Ross on here. Hell, goddamn, son, let's give away some more of that Vince McMahon Sucks barbecue sauce. Like, it's like I can see them he's on Stone Cold's podcast giving away Vince Sucks barbecue sauce. It was all just a marketing ploy to get himself fired. It's funny that he knew he was getting fired that night. But no, I could see him coming back for the network thing. And I don't see a problem with him going to TNA, as I mentioned in one of our videos. If JR went to TNA, which I don't think is going to happen, probably not going to happen, it would be the best thing ever for friggin' JR for TNA rather. But
Fuck you! I'd have to eat a spider.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget the next time.
I'm a man of my word.
You could have eaten the spider that almost fucking attacked me tonight and ruined my Budweiser. How about that?
Send it down.
What's black and blue and hates sex? The 5-year-old in my closet. So moving on to other stuff that's legitimate. So Fandango and Miz was just stupid and sucked, and the crowd was absolutely visceral to that. They started cheering when the Miz put him in the figure 4 or whatever he did, but they really, I think, were cheering because they knew it was going to be over there. That's what I feel. I would have been cheering too. Like, thank God this is done.
I think the reason why the pay-per-view was so unentertaining was because the way they set up the match card. I think they should have had the Miz Fandango match in the pre-show and then have the first match be the tag team turmoil since it was so, freaking cool. That had to be the first match of the night. Not have Triple H come out and say any BS and just, pull a bunch of stuff out of his ass. Then maybe have the United States Championship match and then the Tag Team Championships match. And then for them to have an Intercontinental Championship match that was set up 3 weeks ago or like something like that, and then have the other matches, go into place. But the match card was horrible tonight, the way it was in order.
You're right.
Right. Yeah.
The World Heavyweight Championship is so worthless now. They have to have it before a Tag Team Championship match or like a United States Championship match. It was horrible.
Yeah. They treat it like the Intercontinental title still, and it's bizarre, but it's meaningless. It is. That's why I think get rid of the world title, because it's so damn meaningless, and it puts less meaning to the IC belt, and it's all just a trickle-down effect. Get rid of the world title. Stupid.
Last year, WrestleMania, Sheamus won the Royal Rumble to go on in WrestleMania, but then it was the first match of the night. It was supposed to be the main event at WrestleMania for the Royal Rumble, but since it was the World Heavyweight Championship, it had to be the first match of the night.
What my favorite part of the whole night was CM Punk coming out and saying, "Time to die!"
Yeah, that was awesome.
He got up on the turnbuckle and instead of saying it's clobbering time or something, he was like, "We're all gonna die." And I was like, okay.
No, I think he said "time to die," right?
Yeah, twice.
No, when he was coming down, the ramp. Okay.
Oh, okay, and then we're all gonna die. That was hilarious. Like the stupidest thing. Like that was the funniest thing of the whole night.
He came off as a really awesome angry maniac, I have to admit.
An angry maniac. I like it. And then the second funniest thing of the night for me was, again, the pre-show with Jack Swagger and Cesaro running with the capes over their head, like to the ring, and Jack Swagger screaming with this big look on his face, just I'm telling you,
he even screams with a lisp, I bet.
I wish I saw that.
It looked so goofy. I wish that to God that you saw that. You would have died, Tosevich.
I'm a big Swagger fan.
Did Cesaro do the big swing again?
No, he didn't.
No.
Damn.
But Swagger looked good in this match. He didn't look stupid for once.
This entire pay-per-view should have been 3 hours of the big swing.
The pay-per-view
would have been more entertaining.
The pay-per-view should have been called off after the pre-show. And they should have just said, "This is going to suck. Let's not do it."
You just see the arena empty out. You see the commentary put down their microphones. You just see the whole arena being empty.
Commentary did put
just
down
in the ring swinging around Santino the whole time.
The commentary did put down their microphones on several occasions. Oh, another little note, a little funny note was recently Jerry the King Lawler gave an interview. I forget where I saw this, but he gave an interview where he talked about the Dolph Ziggler elbows to his chest actually did play a part in his heart attack, and maybe been even the reason why it happened, because the cardiologist said that it could stop your heart a little bit, and it threw it off rhythm, and then it seized up. And then during the show tonight, when Dolph was delivering the elbows to Ambrose, JBL made a joke about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
your nitroglycerin pills
too.
Right. Yeah.
It looked like he pointed to the King when he was doing his elbows. Like the last one, he pointed to the King, and then he did it.
Right.
I don't think he did that. That would be kind of rude.
There was some funny
a nod to him.
No, that wasn't when Dolph Ziggler. That wasn't during the Dolph Ziggler match. Actually, that was during the when Paul Heyman was
tag team match.
No, it was when Curtis Axel defended the Intercontinental Championship when he almost lost. Paul Heyman, JBL was like, "Oh, he almost had a heart attack," and Jerry was like, "Oh, I had one of those." It wasn't the Dolph Ziggler match.
No, I think that wasn't it mentioned twice. I'm pretty sure it was mentioned both those times.
It was mentioned twice, but it was mentioned in the Ziggler match on purpose right there. And it was
gotta
funny.
rewatch it.
It was funny too because
No, we don't.
No, we
I'm
don't.
not rewatching any of it.
Yeah. You'd want to watch the pre-show if you have to watch anything on YouTube.
I plan on watching that.
I'll check that.
Unknown number. I just added you. What's up?
Oh, hey, I'm on the air, huh?
Right, you are, man.
I am on the air. So, Joe, how you doing?
Oh, man, I know who this is. What's up?
Oh, you know me, brother. Always trying to get one of those suicide prevention hotline workers to bang me. So, it hasn't panned out yet, though. I'm not sure how that's going to fucking eventually shake out. What happened at Night of Champions tonight? You know me, I'm not catching it on the live feed, so...
Well, you're lucky.
Well, if you had seen it, then you would be calling an actual suicide prevention hotline right now.
That's exactly right. So what happened with Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton? Fill me in.
Well, Daniel Bryan won the WWE Championship in an okay match with no interference. A referee was knocked out. A second referee came in. The old referee said he could do the job again and started counting and did a fast count on Randy Orton when Daniel Bryan pinned him.
All right. So what's what was your feeling afterwards? Is this angle proceeding?
It's proceeding in a different way and a bizarre way. I don't know how much you haven't heard us because you can't hear the feed, but Triple H just came out of character completely and started playing to the fans tonight. The first half an hour of the pay-per-view was talking about nothing, and we got an out-of-character Triple H for the most part. Every match was terrible. The Divas match was okay, actually. And that's it, man. It wasn't very good. It was bad. If you paid $40 for it, you would kill yourself right now.
Have you ever had a dream about something that's about to happen in your life, and maybe like a first day of work or something like that, and or just a regular day of work, and everything kind of goes like normal, but everything's slightly different? So when you wake up, you're like, wow, I didn't notice it at the time, but that was a really fucked up dream. Nothing was really correct or the way it should be. That's how this pay-per-view was.
Well, my whole thing is Darren Young.
Okay.
This is unbelievable. Did they wind up, securing a title shot or securing the titles? How'd that go?
They did. The Tag Team Turmoil pre-show match was one of the best things of the whole entire night.
Really? So what is that? They secured a title shot, or did they get the title shot tonight?
They got the title shot tonight and lost.
That's fucking great. All right. Maybe they'll bring it. No plans to bring back Batable. That wasn't discussed at all. Nothing like that.
No,
that's too bad. So Darren Young, it's out on the record while we're here. I mean, we're living in a pretty politically correct world, aren't we? So, I mean, what do you guys think, just generally speaking, about Darren Young, who's owned up to being gay, but it's not something that he really wants to own up to on camera? I mean, what is that? I mean, were they going to get this push regardless?
I mean, I think they were going to get a little bit of this push. I don't know if they would have won tonight, but I think that now that WWE has seen it, I mean, it's clear that the real Americans are a little bit more over in a way now that after that Cesaro swing, and just after the athleticism of the guys, people are starting to like it, and it's all the smarks, there's a lot of love going on for heels, because the heels are almost the underdogs. Because you know that the good guys are going to win, especially in the mid-card, and that's why people are falling towards the supposed heels.
Yeah. In my opinion, if Darren Young's getting this push because he came out or anything like that, it's not a huge push, and they're not giving him a title belt. They're not, milking it. If anything, they might just be playing it safe to show, yep, he's on TV regularly. If you came here to see Darren Young because you heard a wrestler came out, well, we'll put him on TV for you so you can see what he's like. It's just that's the most they're going with it.
Right.
Yeah, Chris. I can see that as well. That's a very astute point. I've thought of that in terms of the backstage politics, and a lot of these guys, they're old school guys, and Triple H is one of those holdovers. How politically that stuff gets sorted out, I'm not sure. One more question there, and who's the other cat in the room right now?
Oh, that's Jaron. Yeah.
Jaron, how you doing, brother? Hey, what's going on?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just, I got Chris in there, I got, Darren now, Joe, so I want to get one, just real quick, Joe, and I'll jump off. That
right.
Paul Heyman, CM Punk deal, Curtis Axel, how'd that play out?
It was okay. It was a lot of what we thought. It was all right. It wasn't the greatest thing ever. It was funny when CM Punk first came out and said it was time to die. And then that was really about it. It was just a beatdown, and it was okay. And then actually the big thing that happened at the end was that Ryback came out and saved Heyman and knocked out CM Punk and put Heyman on top of him, and Heyman got the win.
Oh, wow. Look at that. So that's something that everybody, I remember you and Totsevich were discussing, and Chris made the point, they're not going to have Brock Lesnar. No, I think you said they're not going to have Brock. Who knows? They're not going to have Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, Joe said they weren't going to have him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess Ryback kind of like has slipped into the Brock Lesnar-Heyman camp now, so I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. What did you guys, this last thing, what is Brock Lesnar's, you know how I feel, Joe. I feel like Brock Lesnar should be putting in his work week in and week out. They should build the whole goddamn brand around him. I mean, you know, whatever. This guy isn't even 40 years old, for Christ's sakes, and he's doing these. So what's his contract situation? I'll jump off.
His contract is usually for about, I think it was originally for 4 appearances. There's usually like three pay-per-view appearances, 4 other appearances on Raw or SmackDown, and then options for other things. And
yeah, it averages about maybe like 8 to 10 a year. And he re-signs every year. It's only a very short year contract, and it only has so many appearances, and so many of them have to be pay-per-views, and so many of them have to be matches. He even has appearances where all he has to do is show his face, you know?
Right.
So it's really not too much, which I mean, that's why they can't build a brand around him, because he refuses to travel with them. He hates that.
Yeah, I told you you're probably not gonna see Lesnar until WrestleMania. I've been telling people that, and I mean, it's possible he could show up before that for some reason.
So. Lesnar versus
at WrestleMania, Lesnar versus The Undertaker.
Is the
no way. Well, you know, Joe, that's the whole thing. I mean, we all know that if Lesnar and Taker square up, we know who's going over. I know that a lot of people bristle at the idea of seeing. My whole thing is, I think, and you know this, that the only way to ever turn John Cena heel legitimately, and I had, you know, somebody had made this point, and that was a good point, that the streak had to end at some point for it to mean more. And John Cena is like the only guy who is in that wheelhouse that he's ever going to put over. But, hey, I just want to say, Joe, Chris, Jaron, I'll let you get back into the natural flow of the pay-per-view tonight. But, you know, I'll be watching, Joe. All right, brother?
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for calling, John.
Definitely. You guys be good. Peace.
All right, later, man.
Thanks a lot, man.
Definitely.
Yep.
I listen to, he leaves me great voicemails. I've got, like, I could make a 2-hour show on his voicemails.
While he was talking, I actually got kicked out. I got to come back in.
Okay.
I don't know why. Like, while you were talking, Joe, or something, I don't know if you were talking or he was talking, like, it kicked me out, and I was like, oh no, you stopped talking for a second. It seemed like you stopped talking on my phone, and I was like, oh, okay. So, I got
You sound a little scrambled right now,
too.
You sound a little bit like Captain Big Ones.
I do? Oh, God.
It's all right. No, you sound better now. You sound good now, okay. You're good. All right.
Good.
So, there's another guy destroying tonight. Look at that. Look at that guy. Doing it up. We're killing the courier. Take that, man. Go back to your grave. Dig your grave. Dig your own grave, you New Jersey bastard. Okay. So, there we go. And then we talked about every match. I think we got everything. So much for the predictions, because all this crap was changed. That's what I wrote. I was really pissed about that. The match sucked. The ending with Ryback, no DQ. Tremendous.
I was mad about. Can I just talk about 2 more things that I was mad about?
Go ahead, because
All right. I was mad about Ryback coming out because this kind of kills the whole bullying thing that Ryback was doing, in my opinion. Because now this is going to start a whole CM Punk Ryback rivalry, and this has nothing to do with Ryback being a bully. So I don't understand. And the ironic thing is, it's gonna like, you know, Hell in a Cell is coming soon, so that's ironic. But
well, but I mean, at some point, you know, even though he's a bully in the back, I mean, at some point he's got to wrestle somebody. But
yeah, I do agree. I mean, CM Punk, the whole bully storyline, like you said, I wanted to see Batista or Goldberg. Even the crowd was freaking chanting Goldberg. So
You could have done Lesnar even.
Yeah, I don't want to see a CM Punk versus Ryback rivalry for the second time. I want to see somebody huge make a return or something and come and face Ryback for being a whole bully and whatnot. And then I was also mad about what happened after the Rob Van Dam and Alberto Del Rio match. The Van Dam Terminator, is that what it's called?
Van Terminator,
that's what it's called. He did that on Alberto Del Rio with the chair or whatever, and Alberto Del Rio was unconscious. I could have that was a perfect moment for Damien Sandow to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. But no, Rob Van Dam had to celebrate with Ricardo Rodriguez holding up a belt that he didn't earn in the first place. It made no sense whatsoever to me. And it was just upsetting. I wanted Sandow to come out. I think everyone's forgotten that Sandow has a Money in the Bank briefcase in the first place, and that's not good. Because when Ziggler had the briefcase, he just showed that motherfucker off for like the longest time.
He owned that briefcase. It was
exactly
amazing.
That was like a championship itself for Dolph Ziggler. And Sandow just has it hidden now because you don't actually see Damien Sandow that much anymore, and he's pretty much a #1 contender for a World Heavyweight Championship match. So, I mean, I think they should be bringing him out a little more. But I'm still grasping onto that thing that I was saying before with the Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. That would be freaking amazing.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen, though, I don't think.
That would be great.
The Dawn 8701, I think Battleground pay-per-view is a replacement of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
No, because it's in February.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a replacement. The Elimination Chamber happens after Royal Rumble. So that's not true. Jesse J, the storyline is a clusterfuck. I agree with that. DDDDDD. Did you know if Cena marries Nikki, that means that Daniel Bryan will have to break up with Brie Bella?
Why is that?
Why is that?
I don't think he understands how America works.
That's some kind of third world country rule we don't know about that happens somewhere else. No, it means that
they'll have to give a goat to her father.
It'll be bizarre, I mean, if that happens, but I don't know. It's just going to cheat on you with their sister, maybe.
It was so stupid. Wasn't tonight the apparent mid-season finale of Total Divas, and it was during the pay-per-view of Night of Champions?
Yep, head-to-head with it, and Breaking Bad. So
they even had during the Twitter thing, like during the pre-show, whatever. I don't know if you saw it, Joe. Like in the Twitter thing that they do down below, they were like, "Oh, great! I'm missing Breaking Bad for Night of Champions. Thanks, WWE."
Yeah. Do you think this sucked because they knew Breaking Bad was going to be on, so they were like, "Fuck it, who gives a shit?"
I told you this. I told everybody this weeks ago. This is going to be a throwaway pile of shit pay-per-view. Regardless,
I mean, right now my wife is yelling at me because I won't go watch Breaking Bad with her that we DVR'd because I was watching Night of Champions. So I mean. Who else just didn't even bother with it,
Jesse J ruined the magic of SummerSlam. They had pure magic. They couldn't. They could have done a lot with it and fucked up once again. There he goes. There you go, man, Jesse. There's your shit.
Jesse J gave away my website for streaming WWE live events.
Oh no!
I know.
That's not good.
I wanted to stay.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna have problems here. Don't do that. Don't talk about it unless it's amongst friends. In secured texts. So I think Boogeyman. Someone said, "Well, Boogeyman." There's a bunch of stuff about Boogeyman. I don't know why.
Give Boogeyman the Intercontinental title and then make him.
I think the Boogeyman should be in porno. Like, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if you're watching you're watching a porno and they're doing it and everything seems normal and you're watching it and you're like, yeah, here it is. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, from behind the bed, he just rose up with the worms all over him and was like, "I'm the Boogeyman." And you'd be like, "Ha!" Like 80% of the people watching the porn wouldn't know what just happened, but like if you're a wrestling WWE fan, you would be fucking losing your mind with that.
He just starts going down on the chick with the worms in his mouth.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to fuck you.
I'm coming to wet you. Wow, some dude is tearing it up on live events. Holy crap, he's killing all of us, but he's terrible. It sounds like a kitchen. People are fighting in a kitchen somewhere. YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Guys, I know I'm broadcasting right now from YouTube.com/DarkestDays11, but we can only stream here because we have a strike on after Raw and after pay-per-views. But you want to go to my real channel, which is YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show. There's the link right there. What's up? You want to win the Macho Man DVD? Let's give away the Macho Man DVD right now. How about that? 339-226-6610. If you can answer a trivia question, you get two of them. You can answer two in a row, and you win the WWE Macho Man DVD, the Macho Madness. 339-226-6610. Anybody can win. Anybody can call. Go ahead and do it. We'll open up the phone lines in a second here.
And be nice, because if you're not nice, then me and Chris will give away the answers, and you won't count, and we'll hang up on you.
Yeah.
Well, who's going to be mean? I mean, like,
Actually, I want them to be mean. It's more fun when they're mean.
Yeah, more fun.
Joe, give me this fucking Randy Savage DVD.
Because I got your IP address, and I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, where's
Hashtag fuck you.
Hashtag he's dead. That's not good. I felt horrible, by the way. When Macho Man died, I was so pissed off. When he got in that car accident, there's been times when I've woken up from, like, I don't know, a dream or just woken up and just been like, oh, the Macho Man, when is he going to get in the Hall of Fame? Oh, yeah. He's dead. Like, oh, yeah. Like, whenever I'm eating a Slim Jim, I cry. Like, I mean, like, every single time I snap into a Slim Jim, I snap into a slight depression as well. I don't know.
Wasn't Edge the poster boy for Slim Jim for a little while as well?
Was
like with
he?
the Bella Twins by his side, I think.
Oh,
during like the good old SmackDown days, they had Edge as the poster boy. You see him like before the Slam of the Week or whatever.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, like the Slim Jim God. Yeah.
Remember when Macho Man did it though? It was like what Slim Jims had just came out, right? Like it was they're right. They just came out, right?
They were on a little bit before him, but not too long at all.
Yeah, but they got that. That was like their big push. Was you're watching wrestling, and then Slim Jims were just everywhere.
Right. Originally, they were called Slim Jimmies, and it was Jimmy Hart. No, I'm just making that
up. Did you see that video he made? That
No,
like
which one?
crack house video. There's like a video of Jimmy Hart like doing like and some naked guys twerking in the background.
What?
I don't know. It's
He's
weird.
yelling into the megaphone with his dick.
Yeah, it's bizarre, man. So we're opening up the phone lines 339-226-6610. Win the Macho Man DVD. If you can answer 2 questions. 407, you're first. What's up?
Yo, what are the questions, man?
All right, here we go.
Down to business.
Right, and we're getting a lot of phone calls. So I'm going to, if you didn't get through, just wait and call back again, and you'll get through. Unless somebody wins, and then you won't get to win the Macho Man DVD.
And no Googling. You have like 15 seconds.
You've got.
or
Yeah,
something
I've got a timer. I meant to say that. I do have a timer.
Sorry, guys. You're going to lose because I'm here.
All right, good. So you get 10 seconds. So here we go. We're going to lose, but you're going to win, so that's good for you.
No, we're going to lose.
Oh, we're going to lose? So at WrestleMania 11, Diesel cut a promo before his match against Shawn Michaels. Who was the announcer that interviewed him?
Oh, come on. I don't know this one. Nah, pass, lose. I lost.
Ah, fail. So you talked all that crap.
Wah, wah.
But here's the thing.
Was it Mean Gene?
I will. Here's the thing. No, it wasn't Mean Gene. The answer was Todd Pettingale. Todd Pettingale.
Come on.
All right.
Do you really expect anyone to know that?
I would hope so. I mean,
Okay, all right.
Back in the day. Well, you got all. You know what the thing is too, when you started saying I'm going to kill you guys. So I was like, oh man, I got to dive into the real tough stuff first of all.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, you had some balls coming in here. Don't give us shit about the question.
If nobody else wins, call back. We'll do it again. Seriously, you can call back again. I hung up on him, but you can call back again. If nobody wins, we'll just keep going until someone fucking wins this thing. I'm giving it away tonight.
How many questions do you have prepared?
Yeah, 954. You're on. What's up?
Question?
Yeah, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, your phone's muffled a little bit, but I can hear you. So here we go. Are you ready to possibly win the Macho Man DVD?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, awesome. By the way, if you win the Macho Man DVD, you have to email me or tweet my Twitter your information so I can send it to you.
That's fine.
So all right, so that's good. So and also I know where you live and I can come. We can hang out. I mean, no, but
come to your house with a couple beers. Like, hey, can I come in?
All right, so let's start with this is
have a seat over here.
I consider this a softball to start off. At WrestleMania 12, there was a Hollywood backyard brawl. Who were the 2 participants?
Goldust and Roddy Piper.
All right,
ding ding.
You got it. Goldust and Roddy Piper. There's no soundboard tonight, so we don't know
sound effects.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I've got this is one I've been waiting to. I've got it on my shirt actually. If you flip over my shirt, SummerSlam 2006. Randy Orton faced who?
That's during a period when I stopped watching wrestling. I don't know, Triple H. I have no idea.
No, sorry, you. I'm sorry you lose. The answer.
That was realistic. Wow.
Well, I thought that was really good. Yeah, you're like a voice box. What can you moan like a woman and an 18-year-old girl? And I said 13.
The last sound effect I ever do on this show.
Oh my god! But yeah, man. Hey, call back. The answer was Hulk Hogan. By the way, 2006. Randy Orton faced Hulk Hogan at SummerSlam 2006.
So if we wanted to, can me and Chris ask a couple questions if we wanted to as well?
If you wanted to win.
No. Like ask the questions.
Ask questions.
Oh, if you want to ask, sure. You know what I'll do? I'll give you guys the first one. How about that? If you want, if you can think of some.
Let Jaron go first, and I'll do the next one.
All right. So yeah, 339-226-6610. You call up, and we will. The phone's just flooded for a second there, but you call up, and we will. You have the chance to win the Macho Man DVD. 2 questions. You just got to get 2 questions, and that's it. The 407 again. I hope this isn't the same guy already, but I'll take him anyway because we crashed the phone lines. What's
no
up?
one won the DVD yet?
Nope. Did you call already?
Yeah, I'm the first caller.
Right, okay. So 2 other people called, and I hung up on them by accident, but screw them. This guy gets 2 chances, even though the other people didn't even get on. So. Oh, yeah, Macho Madness. Jaron, you wanna go first?
Sure. Oh, hold on. Name one of the WrestleManias where the Undertaker did not have a match.
Ooh.
A lot of answers.
22.
Yeah.
He did have a match at WrestleMania 22, didn't he?
He did?
Yeah, with Mark.
You don't know the answer to your own question?
Yeah, I do. Mark Henry.
Oh, you're right. Okay, you're right. I do remember that now. Good call. Already, I can't believe it. That's that. Now you're screwed because you called already before, and so guys, we'll continue to talk about Night of Champions until we get a new caller for 339-226-6610. Win the Macho Man DVD. Maybe we won't be giving it away tonight. Don't be shy. Give a call 954. What's up?
I'm calling about the questions.
Yeah, man, the DVD. You want to win the Macho Man DVD, right?
Exactly.
All right, 760. I know you're calling. The line is full right now. I will put you on after this guy. Chris Tosevich, go first with your question, then I will do mine.
All right. Okay. In the 1994 match between Bob Backlund and Bret Hart, the throw in the towel match, who threw in the towel?
Is this me? Am I live?
Yes.
Okay. The question was who threw in the towel?
Yes.
Bret Hart's mother. I got her.
Correct.
Wow.
Helen Hart.
Good job. Helen Hart, baby. Boy, was she a beautiful one, by the way.
Good job on that one. I didn't expect you to get it.
Appreciate it.
Right.
Give me something easy.
Okay, let's move to... I got one. I think I got one. Wait a minute. Do I got one? I had one that was, I think it was too hard, so I'm not gonna do that one. Let me move to something else that's a little bit different.
I have another one if I can ask it.
You have another one. It's gonna be good though, It's gonna. What do you
okay.
Yeah, he's already got one right.
You already got one right. It's gonna be a little harder. Is it?
I got a hard one.
Is it a relevant one? Like recent one, more recent?
No, it's not more recent.
Okay.
It's an old one.
Save it then. Save that one. We already save that one for later.
Okay.
I got one. So at King of the Ring, 1998. Who beat The Rock to become King of the Ring?
1998. 1998. I have no idea.
You can guess. Oh, let him guess.
I suppose I have no idea.
Time ran out.
What was the answer?
It was Ken Shamrock beat The Rock.
Ridiculous. All right.
I'll give you but you know what? Call back if nobody wins. Don't call back right away. Give it a little while. If nobody wins, call back again. We'll do it again.
No problem.
By the way, a fun fact for that night for King of the Ring was Triple H was the announcer during that match, and it was hilarious. I was telling Tosevich about this the other night. He was funny the whole night. When he spit in the Rock came out and like kind of started yelling at him, and he's outside. He goes, "Why don't you just get back in the ring? Why don't you just?" And he just fucking spits his water all over the Rock. 760, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Joe? It's Jesse.
Jesse, what's up, dude? You calling because you want to get that Macho Man DVD?
Fuck it, man. Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. He's probably just was sitting back and like, I'm not gonna call. You know, he knows. I gotta school somebody. These guys are getting told. Like, I gotta call up and rescue this crap.
I was getting pissed listening to about the pay-per-view. I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm so sorry for anyone that paid.
Right. That's why now we're like giving away a DVD, so somebody's gonna feel a little happier tonight about everything. Jaron, why don't you go first with whatever the hell you had earlier?
Sure, I'm going to go back to The Undertaker. WrestleMania 9, The Undertaker faced Giant Gonzalez. The match ended in disqualification, but what did Giant Gonzalez use to get himself disqualified?
Chloroform.
Nice.
Ding, ding.
Right. I knew he was going to get that one.
Yeah, don't ask me about that 2006 bullshit now.
That's so funny because I was actually thinking about that. I was just thinking about it.
I mean, I'm not taking me a guess. That's catch-up work right there. I didn't live that.
You didn't live the 2006, but you knew the chloroform one?
Hell yeah, man. I feel like I didn't live through the Shawn Michaels shit, but I went back when I was a kid and watched all his great matches, and I felt like I, got a chance to, even though I never saw him live and all, I still got to live his stuff, see the good stuff, at least. I know what, what's good, and that's totally not what they're doing right now, but, it's another story.
Yo, well, dude, that was the good stuff. It was the.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, that was like PG, but they did it well. It was weird. I mean, why can't they just do that? Take some of that, shit. At least if some of it was good wrestling, like you guys were talking about Bret Hart the other night. I mean, yeah, he made everything look real. It was great. His stiff punches, all that stuff.
Right. Yeah. All right. I got one for you. I got one right out of the DVD. WrestleMania 2000. All right, WrestleMania 2000.
That's a good one. I went to the Raw after that live.
All right. The Radicals faced who in a 6-person tag match?
Too Cool?
You got it.
Oh,
I got it. It was China in Too Cool, but you got it with Too Cool.
Fair enough.
All right. So we have
a winner.
The third
one has to be really hard.
No, there's only there's only
How
two.
many fucking questions are there? There's two, no?
No, you won it.
1.5.
No, you won it. There was 2.
I thought it had to be 3.
Nope, just had to be 2. That was it.
Oh, that's it then.
You got it. Macho Man.
Fucking A, man.
So tweet my Twitter at Joe Cronin Show and send me whatever, and I'll send you the DVD.
Actually, I don't have Twitter at the moment. Is there another source? Or?
Nope, you lose. Sorry.
Nope, now I'm gonna hang up on you. No, just call me like later when we're not on and leave the voicemail.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, man.
All right, and then I'll play the voicemail for everyone to hear, and some crazy people will show up at your house.
I mean, I heard you even got with Twitter. Is there something I'm missing with this shit? Is there something good about it, like this, like your show? Like it actually has a purpose.
I mean, it helps me to tell everybody, hey, I'm on now, and all these things, and there's tons of things. But for the most part, it doesn't help a lot. If you're like me and you're into a bunch of shows, it works. Because then if you're like following only 6 people, you can see everything that's going on all the time, like really quickly on your phone. So then
Where do you get more comments from?
I get a lot of things on Twitter, but YouTube is the biggest engine. You know what I mean? YouTube is the real way to go. I mean, Twitter's just there. I got to be on there. Everybody else is. You know what I mean?
I'm wondering what all these other 11 people or 10 people are doing that ain't, they're not liking or disliking or whatever.
It's probably people who don't know what the hell or, click your like button, guys. You're watching this show on your phone. There's a little thumbs up. You just click it. Did somebody just get murdered by the FBI? I don't know what that was.
The only one I got confused on, I didn't know whether to pick like or dislike, was the JR thing. I was like, what the fuck do I click?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like pissed at WWE. I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah. Yeah, you like the video, but then you send hate mail to WWE.
You're pissed at them,
Yeah.
I thought that was a great piece of television, and they fucking went and turned it around.
SummerSlam shot to the stars, and then like it was like, wow, things are getting better, and then it was like tonight they just took a dump. Like it was,
and they did it in the PG era at SummerSlam, which was so cool. I didn't expect that. Like last year's SummerSlam, I was so like, man, I wasted my money because I went live for that as well, and it was like this pay-per-view. It was like Triple H and Brock Lesnar, and that was horrible.
SummerSlam was like a naked dude and a chick were making a porno, and the guy just got naked and he was good looking, and the chick got naked and she had big tits and looked beautiful. And then they just continuously, did each other, and then furiously, and then semen exploded all over the place at the end. But tonight we got the chick got naked, the guy got naked, and they went to go do it, and it looked pretty good. And then the guy just shit on the floor.
And then a midget walked out.
Comes out and shit.
And then a midget came out of the bathroom and was like.
Then the guy started fucking a donkey while he was eating out the chick.
Oh my god!
This came out of nowhere. It was weird.
Hope is gonna be hot. What the hell is Rhyme Hizzy just said that on Twitter. I don't know what the hell that means. Let's
WWE.
No mention of this battleground, like what it's going to be. I'm thinking it's just going to be another rip of all this other bullshit.
It's going to be garbage.
It seems violent and it's not.
Yeah, it's going to be garbage. Don't. Nobody's buying Battleground after this.
Yeah.
I mean, no one buys Survivor Series. Well, I mean,
I'm hoping I can get to Survivor Series and still do this because I mean it's in Boston all the time and I'm in Boston, so I mean I just don't know how I'm going to get to it and then get back here to do this. So I don't know if it's worth it.
I might be going to Battleground actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you get in the front row and like wear a T-shirt?
I might. I really want to because my grandmother will pay for me. She'll pay for everything.
Oh my God, get her to pay for something for me.
Let's all go.
Dude, I'd love to get in the front row for if I get televised. I got a house show front row, and I mean, you want to yell, some attitude era shit out there, and they'll probably block you out anyway.
Hey, whatever happened?
Joe, how about this? If I get tickets to Battleground, I'll convince my grandmother to get me front row seats to hold up a sign that says youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. How about that?
Yeah, you should do that.
That'd be awesome.
Then you wear the #fact T-shirt that's for sale on youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. 704, you're on too, by the way. What's up? I just put us all on. What's up?
Man, what is going on with Dolph Ziggler? They are just burying him, in my opinion.
Yeah, they are burying him.
I mean, why?
Because he did a no-no in the back. He did something that that Randy Orton didn't like, and
that makes me like Randy Orton even less, man.
Right. Dolph Ziggler did something to Randy Orton, and they're burying him. They know they can't get rid of him. They know all that stuff. And listen, I've heard Ziggler do interviews. Ziggler is one of those guys, I believe, that really gets into his character and believes just about everything, and possibly maybe taking himself so seriously in the back. Randy Orton is like an older dog, and Dolph Ziggler is like a wicked, excited puppy, where the old dog is... The old dog is just
the other night you said Shawn Michaels, he was kind of like him in his, when he was kind of being a dick, but he was so great.
But things are different now, and Randy Orton is kind of Triple H's boy and the WWE's boy, and, you got this little dog pissing him off, and they'll go to they'll take Orton's side every time, just ask, Mr. Anderson's fired Kennedy. That's all you have to do.
Anderson.
See, I'm confused with the ending. I didn't watch the pay-per-view. With the ending that went down tonight, where does that leave everybody? Like, who's Triple H with? Is Randy, in the middle now? Someone said earlier Bryan is still a face, but...
Yeah, no, he's still 100% face. It's still a whole thing. It's going to end up being the referee's fault.
What about Orton? He got screwed, so does that turn him into a little bit of a face?
No, this isn't going to turn him into a face. It's going to turn him into a wine bag tomorrow night on Raw. He's going to be like, well, what the hell was that? Clearly you can see the referee counted fast. That type of thing in the middle.
Even though that's how he won the title, was a fast count.
Yeah, exactly. And now here's the big thing is what's Triple H going to be like tomorrow? Are we going to get Triple H what's best for business? And not just what's best for business, but Triple H what's best for business is Daniel Bryan is a dwarf and Randy Orton should be champion. Or are we going to get Triple H what's best for business? Like, literally.
My prediction is that tomorrow Daniel Bryan is going to come out. Triple H is actually going to come out and say that Daniel Bryan proved Triple H wrong. He's going to get mad at Randy Orton for not, fulfilling his duties and, kind of dump him from the whole championship picture. I think that Big Show is going to turn heel, and for Daniel Bryan and Big Show to have a match at Battleground and then have a match at Hell in the Cell, and eventually Big Show beating Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship, and that's when John Cena comes back and has a rival with Big Show.
Not a bad idea.
Or
No,
here's a go on. No, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say with Big Show, his career can't be going that much longer. I was wondering, would you end him as a heel? He can't be going that much longer, really. Been doing it forever, don't you think? I mean,
no, he's
as
not.
As much as I like to believe that they wouldn't, or they let people go out like in a blaze of glory. Historically, someone's last match, save for like people like Edge, they really don't give a shit whether they're heel or face. When they retire wherever the hell they're at. It's all for it's as cliche as it sounds. It's for whatever's best for business at the time. It's not about making a big deal out of the end of their career.
Yeah.
I love his spear. He still can get it done. I mean.
His spear off the table on SmackDown was pretty awesome.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, exactly.
That whole
that
beginning
great.
of SmackDown, I was like, wow, I hope everybody saw it, because that was pretty cool.
And then he wasn't at the pay-per-view at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Didn't make any sense.
They did a whole build-up for 3 fucking weeks on that shit with the crying and the bullshit and the whatever.
I think it will be answered.
And then they shit up our ass.
They shit up our ass. It'll be answered tomorrow night. They had too many cooks in the kitchen. Maybe there's a reason for it, but right now it just feels like they were doing it to confuse everybody, so we didn't know what was going to happen. That's what it feels like.
Man had Big Show tied up in the back.
What I was going to say earlier was where this Daniel Bryan thing could go with Randy Orton is, imagine if Triple H starts saying, you guys were right. Daniel Bryan is what's best for business. I agree with you guys.
Right.
I was wrong. And then he starts interfering and helping Daniel Bryan win every title defense, making it look like, okay, he won the title, but he's not going to get any legitimacy because Triple H won't let him prove himself because he keeps helping him.
Does that hurt or help, though? I mean, because
that's a good question.
It's interesting, but
because he's really hot right now, which I think they're fucking that up.
Right, they are.
They're just dying down, but...
Yeah, I can't believe I really can't believe he won so quickly tonight. I get why they did it, because what are you going to have him lose again, and that knocks him down more? But
what did he win with? What move?
The
Psycho
knee kick to the head again.
Oh, yeah, and you guys said it wasn't as good as SummerSlam, so shit.
Yeah, it wasn't even as good as the one on Raw.
It looked good. Just every time before this looked great, and this time it just looked good.
It just looked good. Yeah,
I guess I get nervous, whatever.
I mean, he hit Randy Orton kind of like in the chin area.
It was Orton, I'd say.
It probably was Orton. You need to lower his head down a little bit, and then
he's probably afraid of it. It's a fucking scary move, I have to admit.
Right, and he's been hitting the head.
Cena sold the shit out of it, though. I mean, I have to give him credit.
Do You Even Lift Bro said Big Show versus Cena. Nobody wants to see that, and I agree.
No, hell no.
We've seen it. I've seen it a million times.
Yeah, we're all done with that.
I'm kind of confused with this Undertaker thing. I mean, I don't know. The Brock Lesnar thing, I can see it, but I don't know if... I don't know. It's too easy to see Brock win, and I don't know about the whole streak thing.
If it's Brock and Undertaker, in my opinion, we haven't seen the American Badass in a long time. I think that'd be awesome to see the American Badass come back to face Brock Lesnar, not the dead man.
What do you guys think about that?
I hope I never see the American Badass ever again.
Except the last ride. I'd like to see the last ride.
That Bell was going to done.
Yeah, I'd like to see the last ride. Yeah, that'd be cool. But I'd like to see the last ride of. Thanks for calling, by the way. I had to get rid of it. 210. You're on. What's up? I figured I'd get everybody on. You know.
I don't know.
210. You on?
And I don't know about the whole thing.
All right. I got rid of him because he was in no man's land. I think he was listening to us. Give a call back up, but turn your computer down or whatever you're listening to us on.
Hey Joe, I got
parts unknown.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I got a trivia question for you. It's fairly easy, but I want to see if you know it.
Maybe I will. Yeah, sure. Let's test my knowledge. Let's make me look like stupid on my own show. It sounds good.
See, now I feel bad. All right.
Well, it's funny.
What event did Stone Cold Steve Austin debut the 316 stick?
What pay-per-view did he first use the 316?
No, what event did Stone Cold Steve Austin debut his 316? It doesn't necessarily have to be a pay-per-view.
Well, it was a pay-per-view. It was King of the Ring.
Yeah, or wasn't it?
It was 1990.
wasn't it?
No, it was 1996 King of the Ring. 97 was Triple H winning the King of the Ring.
Yeah, and then it went to
By the way,
Shamrock and on and on.
right. So the funny thing about Triple H, by the way, after Stone Cold said Austin 316, after he did that the year after that, Triple H won, and it was so funny because Michael Cole goes to hand Triple H the hat or the crown. So he's going to hand Triple H's crown. Here you go, and he goes to put it on Triple H, and Triple H intercepts it and takes it out of his hands, and he just stands up, and instead of putting it on, he looks at it and he just goes, and he holds it like this, up to his crotch. He just holds it up to his crotch, over his dick. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen because he just looks at it ugh, and then he just takes it and covers his balls with it, and then he starts to beat mankind up with it. That's the year after the Stone Cold thing, and then the next year, Triple H was hilarious on commentary, and Ken Shamrock versus The Rock. Great match. The Croc. And is this thing on? When Triple H first came out to get on the headset, he goes, "Is this thing on? Testing, testes. Testes 1, 2,
what was it?
3.
JR, I guess it was a really quick, whatever. It was a short count. It was almost a 3, and JR goes, "That was a, that was a close."
Why don't you drop your pants and measure just how close?
See how close it was up there, JR.
Yeah. well, JR.
Yeah, they fucked with him a lot. A lot of people. I mean, Vince used to cut his. Was that real when they cut his mic and shit back in the day?
Oh, probably a couple times was. I know it was a couple times. JR's mentioned that in his book.
Doesn't really get pissed off in character like that. You pissed him off, you pissed him off,
Oh yeah, Vince McMahon's in a bubble, and yeah, if you piss him off, you piss him off, and if if you don't have balls if JR had taken over that press conference that night, he wouldn't be fired right now, But here's the thing: what the hell was everybody else doing? You get Stone Cold was laughing the whole damn time at everything.
Everybody was. I thought it was the best piece of television WWE's had out with their name on it in a while.
It was better than the fucking pay-per-view we watched tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
I was laughing through the whole fucking thing.
You know what's? It's funny for a company that keeps throwing around this "best for business" phrase. They don't know what's best for business. They know what's bad for business. To fire.
Well, who's truly running who's got the fucking pants on and who's got the balls gripped? I mean, who's really running this shit?
Vince. Vince is still running it. And
I thought Linda was the one perpetuating this whole fucking PG business and keeping it running.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's probably part of it and part of what's true. But also, I mean, Vince, it's always been this is what WWE always wanted. What we are seeing now is actually what we're supposed to be seeing always. But because WCW...
No WCW chomping at them, So.
Yeah, think about if there was no WCW, we would have gotten that same stale product continuing itself until something came along like WCW. It was inevitable that was going to happen because people were sick of these goofy PG characters and stuff. And although I loved Shawn Michaels, now you take a guy who was real interesting as kind of a bad guy heel, sexy boy, and then you make him into the sexy boy, good boyhood dream guy, and people just were like, no, this is bad. And then Stone Cold came along, and it was people got so interested in that. That's why they started cheering. And you're starting to kind of see that stuff now, by the way.
That's what they want now, and that's what the company's not getting with. I mean... But yet they're selling games that promote the Attitude Era and shit.
Yeah, you got blood in the WWE 2K14 game. Throw someone off a Hell in a Cell.
You have the fire match. They actually call it a goddamn Inferno match.
But that's 2K's call. 2K has all the fucking.
Plus, they know they got to cash in on the Attitude Era somehow because people are still interested and people are still asking for it. So they're like, all right, here, play the fucking game. Shut up.
But it's 2K's call. You know what I mean? They're allowed to do whatever they want. Just like this event was a full 2K event. This was not a WWE event whatsoever. This was all 2K. And 2K friggin' loved it because they didn't expect to get such press. In fact, until this stuff started going downhill at the end, or uphill, I would call it, everyone was kind of bored because it was that scripted, I'm going to ask you these questions, and we're going to ask this questions and talk about a video game. And about 40 minutes in, it was like, this is kind of crappy. And then all of a sudden, it got hilarious. And I can understand why JR, should have gotten a hold of this stuff. But then, like you said, Paul Heyman, then he ripped up his script. once Paul Heyman ripped up the script, I mean, Jared doesn't know what to do now. Like, what the hell questions were I going to ask? You know what he should have done?
He wasn't the only one admitting it was a train wreck. Everyone involved was vocal about the fact that it was a train wreck. Even Austin.
Except 2K Sports, because they were like, why are you apologizing? You know, Stephanie came out at the end and said sorry to everybody. And all the people were like, yeah.
What did you mention there, Chris? That they were saying that they were sorry or they weren't? Or what were they promoting about it?
What do you mean?
What were you saying they were saying afterwards? Everybody on the panel there?
Oh, everyone was agreeing that it was a train wreck while it was going on. Like even Austin
they were
was
loving it when they were up there. I mean,
right? But they were admitting it was a train wreck. They were joking about it.
Rey Mysterio's up there floating around somewhere.
Rey Mysterio was like afraid to say anything.
He was like, I know someone's getting fired for this, and it's not gonna be me.
It ain't me. I'm not saying a damn thing.
I got my paycheck, man.
Yeah, just I broke my knee 6 times.
9
I
times.
had surgery 8 times in my left knee. Like, how many? Was that the funniest? Don't try this at home, like beginning ever.
Yeah, that one makes you want to literally say, "Fuck you, I'm gonna go try it."
Yeah.
Really, you had 7 surgeries and you can still zip around like it's nothing. All right, I guess it's not that bad.
Of them, fucking, shit, man. I didn't get to wrestle to earn them.
I'll take $17 million for surgery in my right knee 6 times or whatever. It's so funny if you updated that nowadays. Like,
speaking of that, do you really think Stone Cold can? I mean, I think he could have a match, but it wouldn't be a match. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it would be
a full-on 30-minute match. I mean,
well,
Austin's never said he can't ever wrestle again. Like Mick Foley has said, like Shawn Michaels has said, like Edge has said. Austin's never said it.
Well, I know Edge and him have a similar issue, whereas Mick Foley, he just hurts. I'm sure.
When was you would expect to see something like Scott Hall and Stone Cold, that type of match that they had at WrestleMania 18, right?
That was right after I tuned out. I tuned out after he turned heel with Vince. I enjoyed that WrestleMania 17, but after he went heel, that was like the beginning of the end. After they bought out WCW, I guess.
Yeah, once WWE also went public, I mean, it was the most bizarre thing. It all just kind of started.
That was a cool moment in television, I thought. But
it was.
It's like they had nothing driving them anymore. There's no reason to hurt their talent. To mention they had all the rosters now.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's when I stopped watching, really, because it got ridiculous. It was like, what the fuck, dude? You got 100,000 fucking wrestlers now. I don't even know what I'm watching now.
Yeah, it was getting confusing. There was a lot of stuff going on. It was a surge of all these wrestlers coming in and all these things.
They had a lot on their plate.
Chris, I meant to bring up to Chris Rose. He just got back from a camping trip and he didn't see Night of Champions. Camping was funner. Yeah. That's all you need to know. Camping was funner than you did.
Had a better time than we did.
You did not miss anything. If you had like a battle with a family member about you don't really want to go camping because you're going to miss Night of Champions, don't worry.
Even if you got raped in the woods, you had a better time than we did.
I fucking missed Iron Maiden because I was in too much pain like 2 nights ago and I had tickets. Now that's something to cry over. Fuck this pay-per-view.
Yeah, right? And, dude, hey, thanks for calling, and we'll talk to you again soon. Stick around and get macho on us, I don't know what that means. I hump on them, though.
Me neither.
Oh, wow, Joe, I just thought of, before when you were talking, I just thought of one more, really hard trivia question. Can I just say one more? I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to hang up on
hard one.
Yeah. He really wants to make you look stupid.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is my mission now.
Yeah.
Okay. The Raw 15th anniversary DVD had, as one of the most popular moments in Raw history, the Edge and Lita sex celebration, right?
Right.
Name the 2 people that interrupted that celebration.
Oh man, this is gonna. Hold on a second. I know.
Don't look it up, Joe.
Hold on a second. It's coming. It's coming to me. Oh, fuck. You're killing me. Hold on a second.
I'll give you a hint. It's one current superstar and a superstar that you recently talked about.
Right. I think I know that John Cena came out. I know that happened.
That's one.
But it's the other one that's making me try to figure out who it was. All right, John Cena came out. He FU'd somebody, I think, maybe Edge.
It was Lita.
Oh.
Lita interrupted Lita's own sex celebration?
No, John Cena FU'd Lita.
Oh, John Cena FU'd Lita. Okay. Oh, yeah. That was crazy. I remember that now. You're right. And then you get to see Lita's thingies. But somebody else now interrupted it?
Yeah. It was before John Cena came out.
Before John Cena came out.
Don't you dare look it up, though, Joe.
I'm looking right at the camera. I don't even, and I don't even have. I can't open a window. Is the problem? Like, so I can't even.
Believe
cheat
me,
at
I'm trying to cheat. It ain't working.
Right. Maybe I got half the question though, so I get some kind of like half points for that.
You get half of the Randy Savage DVD. I'll come to your house, put it in your DVD player, and let you watch the first hour and a half, and then take it out and walk back home.
I remember
it was Ric Flair.
Oh, what did he give him, like a pep talk, like go for it, woo?
Yeah, no, he was like, not only are you a disgrace to the championship, you are dead in the bed, Fred. Let me show you how to do this. Lita, I'm talking to you, baby. Woo! And he walked to the ring.
Man, you gotta beat the meat.
I should have known if there was sex happening that Ric Flair would just put himself out there. See, he's even doing that in character on the show, just like he did at the 2K thing. Like, that's it. I'm taking over, guys. It's about me. Woo! By the way,
how many
Leo.
times is WWE going to change their name, like, of the video game? At first it was, like, SmackDown versus Raw, then WWE, and then the year. Now it's going to be 2K.
Oh, yeah, I know.
What's up with that?
Well, that's the game. That's
all the way back. The first one, I think, was, what was it called? Royal Rumble? Was that the first one?
Yeah.
Or no, even before Royal Rumble, they had...
Like, for Sega? You talking about Sega?
Yeah, the arcade games, too. I think they were just named, like... the arcade game and stuff
they
like
had,
that.
Well, they had Nintendo. The Nintendo game was older than that. WWF Steel Cage.
Steel Cage match.
They
Yeah.
had, like, Shut Your Mouth or something.
Well, we're going back to Nintendo days.
One of them was just called WWF Raw, which was an awesome game.
Right.
It had the grapple system, the first game with that.
Well, the best game for anything I thought was PlayStation with WWF
Warzone?
Attitude and Warzone. Warzone and then Attitude came out. WWF Attitude was awesome.
I think No Mercy is the best wrestling video game ever made for Nintendo 64.
Really, I didn't play that one, so I don't even know.
It was amazing. It was so good.
It was so wood.
It was so good.
We're still rocking it, man. Almost 2 hours into WWE Night of Champions, or Champions, as Tosevich said earlier. Wait, it was that bad, Chris Rose. I just want to tell you it was a fucking awful thing. Go back and watch the rest of this. This video will be re-uploaded on youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. And you can go ahead and watch this whole thing if you, for some reason, if you made it this far, you're amazing. Whoever won I don't even remember, Jesse won the Macho Man DVD. So, buddy, just voicemail me with your information or email me rageinternetradio@yahoo.com. You can email me there too if you want, whatever you want to do.
If you got into some horrible accident and was in a hospital and sucking chips out of a straw and just got home to your house, you had a better time than watching Night of Champions tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll take Night of Champions over sucking chips out of a straw for some reason.
I kind of just want to suck some chips out of a straw right now.
I want to see somebody. Oh yeah, I want to see someone be able to do that. Is what I want to see.
I want some Cool Ranch slurry.
All right, so guys, we're broadcasting from Darkest Days 11, but that's only because I got the check marks but you got to add me. You got to subscribe. Subscribe to Darkest Days 11. Subscribe to youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show, and follow me on Twitter. Tweet my anus. At Joe Cronin Show, and call the voicemail during the week and leave me your thoughts and your opinions and all this crap at 339-226-6610. That's the voicemail. That's the phone number where you want to call. Thanks for sticking around with us tonight. Night of Champions was dog shit. I've got nothing else to say. I think I'm ready to wrap this up because we're going to come here tonight and do this all over again tomorrow after Raw. So
that's tonight, actually.
It's tonight, right? We're into the tomorrow here. So this is not good. I got to work all day, and then we're going to do another Raw recap live on this channel tomorrow. I bet your Raw tomorrow will be better. Well, maybe not. Maybe it could be. We could be in for a fun ride, a bad ride here, guys. We could be in for a cruise to the Royal Rumble for the next 4 or 5 months.
Speaking of rides, tonight I expected to be taken on a little bit of a ride. I expected to be like a little Rolls Royce, or even at the very worst, maybe in the back of someone's fucking Camry. But instead, I ended up riding a bike with no seat through the rain.
With a dick in your ass. I would add that.
And a midget popping out.
Right. Tonight was terrible, and that's all you need to know. I give it a 3. I think Jaron gave it, what, like a less than that?
Yeah, I gave it like a 4.
And what did you say, Tosevich?
4.
4. Okay, I gave it the worst. So tonight I was the most harsh. Finally. 3. 3 WE. 1, 2, 3. Take away these 2, you get a middle finger. Go fuck yourself if you made people pay for this shit tonight. Oh my God. If there was ever a justification in stealing this shit online tonight, it was tonight. This was the reason. WWE, you could have suckered me at $20, even $20 fucking dollars. I would have clicked the button on my pay-per-view TV and I would have watched it in HD just to do it. For $20. I mean, the pay-per-view wasn't worth $20. It was maybe worth $3. Maybe. I don't even know. But we're done. YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Subscribe. Click the like button below. Click that like button. If you're sitting there and you're kind of interested and you watch this far, you better click the like button. Or I'm going to come in the computer and find you and kill you. And if you ever have kids, I'll take them away and sell them to the black market where some guy only keeps kids around so he can cut them in half and eat their skin. So, guys, we're done. WWE Battlegrounds. Who gives a crap? So the next... And by the way, it's a quick pay-per-view because we've, what is it? It's like September 30th or something, or like at the beginning of the next month, or
it could be tomorrow. I don't give a shit.
It's not even Battlegrounds. WWE bullshit. How about that?
Maybe it was so bad, like TNA. Maybe they'll just do it for free on Monday night. The Battlegrounds will happen on Raw.
I want to see Raw open up with Triple H coming out and just saying, "I'm sorry."
I'm sorry. We made the wrong decisions. Like, it was almost like the writers had this big plan, and then Vince McMahon was like, "Nope, damn it, do this." Yeah. And then it was like, "But no, Vince, like, we've written all this stuff so that it can build up to X and Y." And Vince is like, "You're fired."
This was Paul Heyman coming out, ripping up all the papers that were on the podium.
Yeah. Vince had Paul Heyman come rip up the writers' papers tonight. And then he went out and everybody did. I'm saying this could really happen. That could really have been what happened. Like, legitimately. Vince could have said, "No, we're doing this. I don't want people to know about what happens. We're doing this." And that's why we got what we got tonight, was a storyline that didn't make any sense. And a no DQ match added during the pay-per-view, and a title match for the IC belt added during the pay-per-view, and the Miz vs. Fandango, what the fuck was that about?
You know that television trope where like someone has an elderly family member and they walk in on them like trying to use the stove, and they left the stove on, they left the bathtub running and it leaked all over the floor, and that's when they start to realize, like, oh no, like my uncle has finally got Alzheimer's. I'm gonna have to put him in the home. This is really sad. Maybe that's what happened to Vince tonight when he came out with the script, like, all right, here's what's going on, and just all this bullshit, crazy ideas.
Yeah, and everybody's like,
uh-oh.
Yeah, it's like when Captain Picard was like taken over by an alien on the ship, but they had to Jesus Christ, I almost killed us. But
what's that?
Oh my
Rest
God,
in peace, headphones.
The ending music, I just killed everybody. But yeah, so and then Picard became like inhabited by an alien, but they couldn't do anything until he put the ship in danger finally, like actually made a provocative move. So tonight Vince McMahon made the provocative move. Like, Big Show is supposed to come out, fuck that. Cody Rhodes with this, nope. Whatever. I'm done. Sorry I killed everybody's voice. I'm out of here. Good night. WWE Night of Champions. It sucked. You got something, Jared? What up?
Yeah, what a way to end the show. Kill all headphone users.
Yeah, you like that? It was like everyone was kind of falling asleep to the show, like laying in bed, like listening calmly. And they're like, oh, yeah, this is pretty good. Oh, shit. Man, you can really go crazy. Look at this.
Night of Champions! It sucked!
I don't know what I just did. But seriously, the Night of Champions really sucked. I want everybody to know that. Do not buy Battlegrounds. Give you the heads up right now. Stream that shit unless Brock Lesnar is coming back to face Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's it. I'm out of here. Chris Tosevich, Jaron, and myself. And we're done. Good night. Goodbye. Good riddance. Go to hell.